a moment.
I found one of it going the other way. Now I'm just sliding through a forest.
It's a young forest, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of saplings, tiny trees.
So I'm just imagining Zubrik's like tripping really hard. He just feels like he's floating through the forest.
I'm having such a good time, and then this happens.
Everything's fine.
Everyone's yelling for Zubrik to get out of the forest, and he's just like, "What are you guys talking about?
Everything's fine.
It's really nice out today."
Tristan, I hope you don't mind me using your Discord like that. I know I asked
no
you before,
problem.
but I don't remember.
Not in that one.
Okay, I will remove.
That one's the
Which one?
Yeah,
but
Ian
the
said
hate
next
flow.
week.
That's the one. That's the one. Okay, and then all the
We are
other
following up this trail.
ones.
Huh?
The title of the episode is "Follow the Piss Trail."
Yeah,
Oh,
because the piss
true.
trail. You guys left the piss trail.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Gross.
Were the classiest adventures you ever did meet.
Yes.
There was nothing else he could do.
Okay, no, I get it. It's just not ideal.
Okay.
But it will be
Could
dried
be
and
worse.
just
Could be
get
the
set.
other excrement he could have left.
You're right.
little like, you know, rabbit turds, like droplets, like Hansel and Gretel leaving cookies behind.
Oh God.
Uh,
I just go from one to the other.
Or like a, you know, I guess more succinct comparison would be like a terrified dog that you caught in the middle of shitting because they run
Just
off.
looking back over at you.
Well, like when they get scared, and if a dog would run, they're not gonna stop shitting. So
true.
How did this conversation start?
How didn't it start?
how did most of these start? All right.
Dirty mind, Peter.
Oh yeah, that's me. And with that,
Dirty
we're
in a
live.
Gross way.
Hey.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roll Call. Like always, before we get started, because we don't have any news ever, let's do some character introductions. Starting with, I have dice ready this time. It will be X Peg Leg, or Adrian. Would you please introduce yourself and your character, and then pass it
I
on?
am Adrian. I play Emilio, the Shadowcry Drow, Circle of Stars Druid. I used to play Pegleg once upon a time, but I'm too tired to play him today, so I'm not playing him. He is a Circle of Stars Druid. He has deep purple skin, silver hair, star-like freckles, and a very large back tattoo. He's also got a facial scar and 2 different colored eyes. Last session he left a piss trail because nobody even bothered trying to follow him when he was a wolf chasing a hag, so he emptied his bladder in the attempt to leave a trail. And they're gonna follow that today.
As a wolf, right?
Yeah, as a wolf.
Not
Not as a drow.
No, he's just running in the forest with his like
pissing your
thing
pants.
hiked up, pissing. No.
Gross.
He was a wolf, so it's a little less gross. I will pass it off to this week's peg leg, Dylan.
Real quick,
Hi.
can I ask what is it? Not you, Adrian. What is Emilio? I almost said what is Adrian's back tattoo? What is Emilio's back tattoo?
Yeah,
Is
actually, Valsera would have
Actually,
seen
should I describe it now? I mean, nobody's really seen it.
it.
So.
No,
We
Valsera saw
did
it.
that.
Valkyra's the only
together.
one that's seen it.
So you could
Yeah.
describe it if you want. You know, I'm sure the others will be fine saying that they'll pretend that they didn't hear it.
Yeah, the short version of it is it's just a very large star map, and it's got a lot of geometric
Oh.
shapes and star
Cool.
positions.
I want that in real life. Okay, sorry, Dylan. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I thought we did this already. but I guess you were testing audio and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's why it was an audio test.
I'm playing Zubrik Illumaruisi. He is an anthropologist turned wizard, born a hobgoblin, still a hobgoblin. He has light red skin, dreaded hair, fancy facial hair. He's very apprehensive.
Fancy?
It's like a bejeweled. I don't know if you looked at the art. It's like a bejeweled. It's like a twist, and it's held down by beads, and there's beads and shit all over his dreaded hair as well.
That is fancy.
And he's pissed at Tingle, yeah. Here's an iStock photo of child abuse.
Yeah, what the hell?
Go ahead, Tingle.
Is this trying to tell us something, Dylan?
All
About
right.
Zubrik?
Why would that be a background
Is this what
option?
happened to Clover and Zubrik?
This is Tingle and Zubrik.
Yeah.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Robert. I'm playing Tingle Rumbletron. He is a gnomish armor artificer who's also an ex-cannibal cultist and recent not purposeful child murderer. Wow, he's a great guy. Right
Good
now
characters.
he's
Let me just say that
right
again.
now he is off on a very ill-planned adventure to save a town and make money. He's mostly here for the money. And I'll hand that off to Gia.
Thanks. I'm Gia. I'm playing Valsira. She is a purple-skinned tiefling with black curly hair. She wears a lot of black clothing and sunglasses. She is also known as the Wanderer, which is a title that she picked for herself. What else? Oh, she is a Monster Slayer Ranger. And let's hand it off to my buddy Clover.
Hello, I'm Tristan. I'm playing Clover. They are a Lotus Thin halfling. A little bit stockier than most halflings. Red hair, short in a bun, freckled face, olive skin. Relaxed, cheery. Likes to people watch. That's Clover.
All right. I believe that's everyone, right? Oh.
I think
Yep.
so.
Okay. Well, I am your dungeon master for this homebrew campaign in the world of Særald. Mostly a 5e D&D campaign with a few extra rules thrown in. It's like adjustments made. Either way, I believe the recap today will be done by Dylan.
Yes.
Well, then take it away, Dylan.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Not one but two hags. This is insane. Tingle and I never ran into anything we couldn't handle back in the Sarah, but this is something far above our heads. Strange dark magic. Maybe this is what I've been looking for, though. Unfortunately, they got away. No matter. We'll track them down and gut them like the fish they are for what they did to that child. And Tingle, we've done some apprehensive things, but I never thought he'd kill a child, especially with no remorse. Between this and Cherrydale, he's a monster just like the rest of them. His retribution will come. On another note, Emilio apparently tracked down the hag's hovels. Finally, some competent work. Not too late either. The townsfolk seem on edge, almost to the point of forming a mob earlier in the tavern. Good thing I was able to calm them down with my quick wits and charming personality. Mina helped, I guess, as well. From there, Clover and head detective Alcira discovered something in the blacksmiths, missing mining equipment and supplies for tunneling. Another thread we have to follow to solve what the hell happened in this backwater town. On a more personal note, Emilio came to my room last night with a dead rat. I was slightly inebriated, so I'm not too sure the full reasoning, but this may be a drow culture thing. Usually the offering of gifts and food are akin to courtship or some sort of marriage proposal. Note to self, add information to drow section of the lore book. Oh, Clover's calling me. I'll finish this later.
All right. Well, that was a pretty spot on recap. Thank you for that, Dylan. And I believe you are all currently at the Bronze Cauldron in the little town of Ogaris, in a large place, in a large biome called the Coral Bogs. That's where we'll be picking up today. You have befriended a alchemist called Aloran, a furbolg with short dark blue fur and a pinkish nose. He usually wears a hood, and he seems to have an apprentice, a young halfling boy named Halzu. He was, until recently, a potential, what's the right word? Suspect of causing these problems, until you realized that he couldn't have been it. Halzu, on the other hand, is now taking care of the young lord, which you have managed to rescue, who is a young lord of the town or the city of Kethis, which is borders the Atherin and what is that? Give me a second. I got this. Wrong picture. I got this. And the kingdom of Larnes.
Yeah.
So that's where we're picking up in the Bronze Cauldron. Currently, you have decided all to eventually head out to try to follow this piss trail left by Emilio, to follow the Annis hag that managed to run away into the swamp, headed north towards a town called Berksley, which is currently occupied by Grungs. So yeah, take it away. You see a
Hey,
lord.
Zubrick.
Go on.
Hey, Zubrick, you done writing? We're about to head out.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. 1 second. All right.
Is ready to head
Very
up north?
good.
All right.
All right. I'll just have one second. And Tingle will go over to Zubrick and try to start fiddling with a little dial on the side of his lantern. Zubrick, I just gotta make sure your fuel feed's working right for this thing.
You would see Aloran, while you're messing with that, you would see Aloran has packed not a backpack, but kind of a satchel, and has tied it in a way where he can sling it over his shoulder. You also see that he has gathered up a few flasks and has them tied around his waist. But either way, you all are ready. And yeah,
All right.
go ahead.
When I step out of the building, the first thing I would like to do is look around for a raven or a crow that is holding an eye.
Okay. If that's the case, since you pointed out that specifically, give me a perception check with advantage.
10.
10. You're looking around. Yeah, there are a few birds, a few wildlife in the trees and such, but you don't think that any of them are holding anything in their claws or talons.
Guys, when we head through the swamp, keep an eye out for these this crow that Amelia saw earlier. Just in case they have the eye and they're watching us.
Oh.
Okay. Good
Stats.
thinking.
Emilio will ritually cast locate animals or plants. See if you can.
Okay, so you're taking 10 minutes right now just to kind of cast this spell. Okay. You ask everyone to give you a second before you start traveling, because you have to, it's hard to do it while walking. And you ritually cast this spell. Can you click on the spell for me? I just want to know the range that it has.
5 miles.
5 miles.
Oh man.
Concentrating on the voice of nature and your surrounding distance. The closest creature or plant of that kind. closest is the key word. You said crow or what? Raven?
Yeah, so I guess a corvid species.
Yes. Okay. If that's the case, there's one literally like 2 trees down in the town. You could see it from where you are. Like you get the ping, magical ping, like that direction. You look and it's right there, just sitting on a branch. Not paying any mind. Kind of looks
Amelia
over
will
to
point that out to
Yeah.
Clover.
Okay. The crow looks over in your direction, caws, and flies off.
Assume there's no eye, and then.
You could give me another perception check.
Oh my. Oh, thank you. 14.
No, you're not sure. It
I think
flew
we're
off.
safe. I didn't see any eye.
All right. Well, are we ready to follow this piss?
Yeah.
Are we gonna need a dog to do this, or
I-
can you use your own waste, Emilio?
I think maybe you summoning your dogs would probably be better.
I'll pull Halonora out of my pocket and put her down.
Okay.
Do we have to provide a sample of the piss first for the dog to smell?
No, you can smell Emilio from a mile away. It's fine.
Does Emilio smell like his own piss?
I smell beautiful. I smell like
Yeah.
roses.
Does your piss smell like roses?
No, it smells like piss.
Okay, well then piss a little bit right now, just so we know for sure that the dog knows the piss smell.
Take
Well, I
Halonora with you.
I have some stuff that can press and clean your clothes, so it's no problem.
Don't piss in your clothing. I mean, just like
I
Lauren
don't really want to piss at all right now.
Lauren looks at all of you with a curiousness, and he goes, "You all are really like this all the time, aren't
like
you?
what?
Like a gaggle of children,
Rude.
in a nice way,
Oh, then yes.
like a family of urchins."
I think you just get more insulting.
You point us to a tree that you recently urinated on, so my
I don't urinate on trees. Not even like I could.
then show
not
us where the
you.
piss is. You
I-
told us to follow
you-
the trail.
It's got like my pheromones in it. Don't you know how scents work? Aren't you supposed to be smart?
Look, I just don't want the dog to follow the wrong piss. There's a lot of piss out there in the
Yeah,
world.
not all piss smells the same. It's gonna have my
Where did
pheromones
you
in it,
first
and if he
piss?
knows my smell, he'll know the piss smell.
We'll just find your first piss and then we'll know.
Did you piss as Emilio or did you piss as a wolf?
I pissed as a wolf, but it's still me.
It's gonna smell different because of the additives.
Okay, well, I
Added-
mean, it's took you to where I started pissing, basically, but it's like he's still gonna have to follow the trail.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right, urchins.
So I
Okay.
got a question. Is anyone else scared?
It's a piss?
No, the hags.
Oh,
Oh, incredibly.
yes.
I'm actually
Yeah.
If
quite.
it turns bad, we turn around and everyone here dies, and that's perfectly fine.
That is
Darn
not
it.
perfectly fine.
Thanks, Bloodbeater.
Everyone here except you thinks it's perfectly fine.
What happens if I can't save one of you?
Well,
That's how the world works, Tingle.
that's
You
an
die.
adventurer's
Someone dies.
life.
And Clover gets sad.
Well,
It won't happen that way.
a few of the residents already have left, but I am not willing to leave. I'll try my best, but again, I'm not a fighter.
It's okay. Just support us as much as you can.
We didn't bring you along to fight. You're more so just an extra bump.
If you do see something that's like gonna kill one of us instantly, you could always leap in front of it and sacrifice your own life, because, you know,
I'd rather not. Personally. I have something I'm also living for. I'd rather not throw away just for all of you.
I think
oh,
that's
well,
reasonable.
we're all right. But you do you.
All right. Let's go.
Little smart.
Okay. So with Halnor leading, where do you go?
Emilio's gonna take them to where he started pissing.
Oh, thank you.
And that is.
Where he started pissing.
Do you not remember the direction?
We
or
didn't have a
location?
map or anything like that. I'm sure he remembers.
Okay. I've noted it was the North Gate, but yeah, towards the North Gate. But go ahead. You guys head out towards the North Gate. The bog, coral bog out there stretches on into the trees and the brush. As you take your first few steps, Nora is going to start checking for a scent, as it has been a day.
5 high fidelity speakers.
Okay. High fidelity speakers, huh?
It's picking up
That
the
was a
scent.
nice big
Good to know.
ad.
One of the trees awakens and screams out an ad.
It's a new product that's being advertised.
You won't believe these Raycon earbuds, everyone. They're so
Raycon?
I don't know. I've heard them around here and there, so
That is a thing. That's just I didn't. You don't listen to that many podcasts, so I didn't expect you to
YouTubers
reference.
also.
Oh, they advertise Raycon.
Yeah, sometimes.
Founded by Ray J, brother of Brandy,
Sure.
and co-star of Kim Kardashian's sex tape.
Sure, let's move on.
It's true.
Either way, you guys have just barely left the town. You can still see the gate within distance. How Nora can give me a perception check. It hasn't rained overnight or anything, so the scent should be clear.
Oh, there, Howl Nora. Tingle will hand Howl Nora a picture of a puddle of piss.
A picture of a puddle of piss.
Picture. Okay. Unfortunately, I will say, it seems like it might start to rain. The clouds above are murky. They're dark gray, and there's not much sunlight coming through the clouds directly. And there's kind of a rolling fog that's kind of setting in the area, a low fog.
17.
17, as Nora takes a few whiffs around the immediate area. There is a similar scent to Emilio that it seems like Nora picks up and basically starts following it. So it's probably going to be a while of a travel, because remember what I said, just to get to the temple like last time, where you found, the cemetery and all that before, which is right outside the town of Berksley. It took about an hour's walk. The direction is similar, but off. Not along the path that was followed before. So you guys are traveling and you have about an hour to kill.
You got tiny feet too, so you know.
Yes, sure. So if you want to talk amongst yourselves or stuff like that, now is the time to do it. You have
The
anything?
note with my timber walk, I'm just gonna stay up with the dog, just keeping an eye out on birds.
Okay.
What be our plan?
Give me an active perception check from you, Clover.
It just gets worse.
Yeah, and I will say it's actually partially because of the fog. The further you seem to walk north, the denser it seems to be getting. But since you're looking up, it shouldn't matter too much. The only thing is you're trying to make sure where you're stepping is correct, and the path you're following is not a dangerous one, so it's diverting your attention. That's why I'll say you rolled pretty low. Otherwise, if you guys have anything you want to role play, now's the time to do it. Talk amongst each other. If not, let me know.
Bloodbeard's right. We should have a plan.
Yes, I agree. I second that emotion.
A third up.
All right, good. So there's 2 hags.
What if there's a third?
Why would
Is
there
there
be
three?
What
a
if
third?
there's a third?
What if there's a 10th?
Yeah, I mean,
If
what
there's
if we're
more than
walking
two
to a
heads, we
festival?
turn around.
That might be reasonable, but at the same time, we won't save the town.
I got a
I will
question.
say that.
Yes.
Is it
Go ahead.
still possible to talk to them, or do you think they're just gonna, try to kill us?
I think
I
they'll
don't
just
know.
try to kill us.
Guess so.
What happened in the town? In the
So,
blacksmiths?
Well,
I'm not talking. Someone else.
so there were some hags there. Specifically, there were two, and they killed a kid. Well, they captured a kid, then they killed him when they escaped. And it was
Tingle?
pretty.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage, because Clover just interrupted you. Okay. Aloran goes, so they were in the town already? Like,
Yes.
not,
Yep. One of them even looked like the sheriff.
they killed a kid, huh?
Yep.
No, they didn't.
No.
Well, they participated in it.
They held the kid as hostage.
And then he died
And
because they did that.
There was a mishap.
And he died because of those hags. So
Uh,
anyways, the problem is that they're willing to kill kids left and right, and they're also in your town, and they can shapeshift, so they can be anyone you know.
You could see that he doesn't reply to that. He's following along, but he's kind of gone silent now.
So do I.
So I figure, worst case scenario, we could try and bargain like a couple travelers off the road, like be like,
No,
hey, you
Tingle.
could live instead of taking the whole town.
You could see while you guys have been walking in a pretty close knit due to the fog, just to make sure, Aloran definitely has slowed his walk a bit behind.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop and wait till Tingle catches up to me.
Or Aloran has.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Clever?
Why do you even say stuff like that? That's disgusting.
What are brainstorming ideas? When you're brainstorming, you just say whatever you can think of.
You're sacrificing people.
No, I'm suggesting we could, because it's a brainstorming session.
I just look over to the Wanderer. I don't want to stay with these people anymore.
Well, I think we're.
I'll help you here, but I don't like this atmosphere.
Let's just focus on the task at hand, and we'll make a decision after that.
Oh.
As there's.
So,
Oh, go on. Sorry.
so we don't do Tingle's plan because it's awful.
And barbaric.
Yeah.
Aloran.
How about maybe we come up with a code word? Because what if one of the hags, takes one of our forms?
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Okay.
I'm chock full of them.
You have a
Orange
code word.
juice.
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay. Your fave.
Okay.
I'll look around for a crow as we're talking out loud in this forest,
Yeah.
saying code words.
Give me another perception check, please.
Cool. Go ahead, Howl Nora. It's a 5.
Halnor's busy. There's the scent. Locked on, just following it. Bloodhound style, just down as near to the water as possible. You actually, as you are walking, Aloran goes, what if we run into some of the grungs? We are headed in that direction currently, are we not?
Do you know a way to sneak by them?
Not really. I usually avoid traveling much further than around here. In this direction, if possible.
I mean, they haven't bothered us yet. Maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't think we need to attack them unless they attack us, right?
I mean, it's
Might just
mostly.
They might just attack on sight.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then-
we could. If we get attacked, we could like gamble on everything and say we're here to save them from their evil hag masters.
Can you talk to Toad?
No, that's why it was a gamble.
I think if they fight us, we'll fight them, but otherwise I'd rather just try to avoid them.
I can agree with that.
So we'll try to avoid them as best we can, huh?
I mean, there's a decent fog setting in. Pretty sure we might be able to just sneak by them as long as we don't make noise.
By the way, none of you are stealthing. You guys are just kind of in a line, walking, talking quite loudly.
That's what
There's
you
a small
think.
plume of smoke literally following Tingle as he walks. So yeah, it's.
I'll say,
Amelia, you know when you started hearing the groan? You think we can still run at a decent speed? No?
I mean, they didn't bother me when I came out here. It was actually kind of quiet. That's why I don't really think that we need to worry that much about them.
Wait. Okay, no, you're right.
Maybe they weren't hungry then.
They eat humans?
Yeah, I was gonna
Nice.
say.
It's a slave society. I assume they either use us for meat or use us for labor.
How big are they?
About the gnome size.
they're quite small,
Wow.
but quite numerous.
Hmm. Well, I guess that could be a challenge.
We could always say we're there to meet with the hags if we get discovered.
We don't know if
They can
they're with the hags.
Not true.
Speaking of hags, how are we going to deal with 2 hags and a banderhop, especially when these hags can just turn invisible?
Do they still have a Banderhog? I mean, we killed one. Is there still more?
They could summon more. I'm not too sure how they do it as of yet, but
Okay.
it's a possibility.
Well,
What is-
that one plan you had where we killed a witch with, or hag with lard worked pretty well. Let
Well,
old Pegleg over there swing away at one as it was running away.
If you were paying attention when I gave it to you, the lard was for the banderhops. The flour was for the hags.
Well, they both worked. Well, one worked, the other I haven't used. But yeah,
Zerber, can you remind me what this peppered egg is for? That I have?
The peppered egg is for the banderhop in case they swallow one of us. I'm hoping it'll react as it does with us, and they'll end up coughing somebody out.
Got it.
The lard egg is to hit a banderhop or an invisible hag and light it on fire so we can see their position.
All right.
And the bag of flour in my bag is for at least one hag.
Okay. Well, sounds like a plan.
As you are continuing to walk in this direction, you could see some of you that are kind of more looking around, less focused on the actual path itself. Aloran is glancing often towards the west right now. As he's just kind of like looking in that direction, he'll kind of focus back and then you can see.
Amelia will pop up over his shoulder. What you looking at?
I'm just wondering if hags would be willing to go after one of my, or a friend of mine. If they,
You mean the spruce tree? The ant?
yes, if they were willing to fake as me, do you think there's a chance that they might have found my friend out there?
I think they know about him, but
Well,
I don't think they want to kill him. I think they just want the bugs.
remember, you guys talked to different treant down south. So Just a little worried is all. He isn't as old as the other one. Either way, you could see he there is a slight worried look to his face, but then he kind of focuses back. As you eventually continue on this trail for a little longer, the land dried up for a bit, making the path easier to follow, but now there's more stagnant water. The ground you step on kind of squishes more underneath your feet as your feet sinks into the peat, and you can see the fog is definitely not making it any better. And I will show you this map.
And Eleanor says you pissed a lot.
Yeah, I pissed out everything. Why do you think I was that way when you guys found me?
I just figured it was you being you.
I ran so far and I pissed so much.
I ran
So far, so much. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I hope it matters.
I'm
What?
just trying to run the numbers, and I'm pretty sure you lost it all when you pissed it this much.
Yeah,
All right.
it wasn't very fun.
And this is the map you'll see. Let me right now, real quick, before we continue this any further. Let me just do this and
And we'll do it.
no, I'm just adjusting a few things right now. Dynamic lighting, vision. Okay, and I need to give Bloodbeard's character access to Dylan if I didn't already.
You did not.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Kitty
right
in the background.
Yeah. She looks like a lump the way she's sitting.
It's a little hunched over.
Yeah, she's
now. Okay. You should have access now. And yeah, the fog has made your visibility, I'll say about 30 feet. It's quite dense right now. It's not, it's nothing you can't completely unsee. But this is around the time that Halnora has seemed to have lost the trail.
Eleanor says you didn't piss enough.
Well, what do you expect? I think a little blood came out at the end. And that was not the right time for blood to be coming out of there.
When would be the right time?
You know, when it's the time. I'm not talking about this.
Blood time.
Blood
Blood
time.
o'clock.
blood o'clock.
You know, at this point in time, I don't want to understand your guys' weird bodies.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's gross.
At least we have buttholes.
Okay.
All right.
Save so much time.
Wait,
never
stop
have to go
moving.
to the-
Stop moving, Halnora. As Halnora steps over here, it's about like leg, like full dog, large dog, leg deep. So the water comes to the chest. I'll say most of this is difficult terrain right now. And when you get there, this happens. A body of a grung surfaces.
Halnora's a puppy, so she's doggy paddling right now.
Doggy paddling, and then
Aw.
there's a dead body of a grung that just surfaces right next to.
She is now yipping, trying to drag the body to me.
Okay.
What is it?
You would all see it.
She says she found a body.
Can I see it now, or?
Yeah, if you guys can see it on the map, you should be able to.
Oh, it's a dead
Huh?
grung.
How's it dead? Did it like get stabbed or crushed or poisoned or lit
Somebody
on fire?
take a look.
Oh, death? I'll take a look.
Okay. You will have to move closer to do so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, From here on out, I'm just gonna be beside Halnora.
Okay. You should be able to see still, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So this
Take
is a
take
swamp?
guide to the recently deceased and their appearance.
I don't want your guidance.
But it's so useful.
No, it's fine. I'll do it myself.
Okay.
And what would this be? Medicine?
It would be a medicine check to see what caused the death.
24.
Okay. You would see the grung must have either fallen from a high place or was there's bludgeoning damage as one of the legs is snapped and broken, and you can see the neck is also broken to this thing. Either fell from a high place or something bad happened to it. You're not sure how these injuries occurred fully,
Guys,
other than
watch out,
Go on, sorry.
watch out for the top of the trees. They might be in them. I think he fell.
When you look up at the immediate tree around you, by the way, these kind of silhouettes you see here and here, those are the shadows of the trees on the map.
Okay.
And the log is the trunk, the central trunk. By the way, I'm refreshing roll 20 because it's acting really slow. I might have to disable the fog, I'm realizing.
Okay.
If it's acting very slow for all of you, let me know. But yeah,
Fine for me.
okay.
Yeah, seems alright.
You guys can
Yeah.
see the slight fog moving around on the screen then?
I can't see any fog.
I don't see anything moving.
It should be just, no, the background is a bit gray and there should be
Oh,
slight-
yeah.
Oh,
Like good grayness. Yeah, I see that.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not moving though. Did you say it should be?
There's a faint movingness to it. It's supposed to be animated. Trying to make
Doesn't-
things look good for you. You all.
Are you back in, Pete?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Halnora will let me know she sees things.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep.
Halnora,
Yep.
as Halnora kind of moves around that bush, there is another body of a grung. You could see just kind of, and Clover, I'll say, it looks like another, but like case of some bludgeoning this time. Similar damage, but instead of a broken leg, you can see there's quite an injury to the head itself. Like something hard must have hit it, not slashing or anything. So yeah, and as
I
you
relate this back.
okay,
Yar, this be a graveyard.
Why do you swim with the pegs for limbs? Are they like floaties?
They'd be very aerodynamic.
They're like rudders on a ship.
RDB rudders.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, if you guys stop moving real quick, I'm just going to do this so it's easier on me. And I'm going to just remove the fog.
Ooh, it got darker.
Sorry,
Oh,
that was the
no.
original, that's the
I
original
like the
background.
color.
Spookier.
Yeah,
Spook.
but yeah, continue. It should be better on my end.
Sorry, I just remembered the image of his peg legs being super tall. He's on stilts all the time. Okay.
Can we tell how old these bodies are? Like, are they within the past day or the past month or?
Clover, from what you can tell, they must have been relatively recent, maybe
Give it
a day, a two, maybe at most. There's not much bloating or anything, even within the water itself. But it also could be because they're frogs,
I'd say it's less than a week, maybe a couple days. It's hard to tell. It's fairly recent though. Mm.
I think this might be a good time to give everyone some light in case something weird's going on. I mean, there's lots of dead grunts, so something weird's going on.
Tingle will reach down into the muck and just pull up 3 clumps of leaves and take out a little spray bottle in his armor and spray glowing paint on the clumps of leaves and hand out 3 of them one to himself, one to Clover, and one to
it's
Zubrik.
bright enough that you can see.
Okay.
The limit on your vision right now is due to the fog. So everyone can see, even Clover can see right now. It's just you can't see too far.
Do these grungs have anything on them?
Yeah, they seem to have weapons. They seem to have armor, but they also some of them seem to be like, there was 2 with armor and weapons, and then there seems to be 2 others that seem to have more kind of bags or satchels or something like that, like they were collecting or out gathering.
We'll search through these bags.
Okay. Give me you don't even have to give me an investigation check. As you rifle through the bags, you would find some grubs that have kind of drowned in the water because they,
Sorry, I'm
the
laughing
cat,
at Adrian censoring the cat's butthole.
It's so furry you can't even see it, but I don't want accidental up close butthole.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
Nothing of value.
The daggers and such, I will say they probably would have minimal value. Nothing that stands out too much, like gold or anything.
Not worth it for Amos.
Okay.
Should we be looking around for like some type of entrance?
There isn't really, from what you can tell, the land is quite flat. You see the trees and stuff around, even through some of the fog, and you don't see any like hideouts, homes, caves, or anything like that. I'll just say that.
So it's like knee-high water on a average size person? Yeah. Okay.
Does anybody know what a hag might have on her? Like maybe a kind of herb or plant? Try to locate that.
I could try to locate that eye.
1 second. When you say that, Zubrik, as you're having Halnora kind of move around and search right now, there is a sound, a swift sound, and then Halnora disappears.
Uh-oh.
Did you just kill my dog again?
I did.
What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry that it's just
You're turning into the new freaking sorcerer this campaign, man.
I'm sorry. It's what would have happened. I actually have it written down that things like this would happen.
This is Zubrik's John Wick origin story.
Clover, the last thing you hear is her Halnora's warning. Yep. It goes silent.
Yeah.
Wow, very
Was that a grung?
Oh wait, I forgot to add Lauren here. So give me a second.
Somebody killed my dog again.
Again?
Clover, don't go yelling out.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So there's something around.
Trap or something?
I'll point in the direction where I last communicated with Halnora.
Okay.
Over here.
All right. Be
careful.
When you point that direction out, there is rustling, but not from that direction. From this direction.
Oh no, I see a named character. That can't be good.
A named character? No, that's a Lauren.
Oh, never mind. I thought he was spelled with an A.
No.
It's got a name.
Oh, yeah, that's how I wrote it as well.
Oh.
So that's why I read that as like, oh, that's someone else.
No. Oh, Lauren. Sorry.
That's fine. That's my mistake.
After hearing that rustling, Tingle's gonna raise his shield over his head and just start hunkering down and dodging where he stands.
Okay. So you're dodging. You're looking around. Lauren seems alarmed too. You could see that he's grabbing onto one of his flasks right now.
Can I ready an action?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to specify something specific and the action you're gonna do.
I am getting my crossbow ready
Mm-hmm.
to shoot an arrow from it, and if I see a figure that does not appear to be one of my companions,
Okay.
a threatening figure,
A threatening figure. If you see a threatening figure, you're gonna shoot at them.
yes,
Amos will draw his steel.
Okay.
I guess his mithril at this point.
Okay.
draw his steel. Look at you.
Emilio is casting Shillelagh on his quarterstaff.
Okay. As all
I'm
of
gonna
you
say
kind of
hello to the first person that I see.
You're readying a greeting.
Zuberk, pissed that his dog just died, will be like, "Who killed my dog?"
as this happens, there is the shuffling and the rustling grows. But instead of just in that direction I pinged, it's all around
Oh
in
no.
multiple directions. And then this happens.
What?
A bunch of the grungs you would see should have appeared on the map as they appear through the bush and your vision into the fog. This is when your held action would go off, Valsira.
At which one?
Whichever one you choose, because there's whichever one you see. Okay, that one.
Man, it's gonna be real embarrassing when he pops out and goes, "Oh boy, we're lost. Can you help?"
Give me an attack
Save
roll.
us from the hags.
Please, my wife's giving birth.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That grung, you kill it.
Yeah.
As your bolt flies through the air and strikes it. Give me a second, let me just do this.
We're friendly. I guess not anymore.
As that happens,
They killed your dog.
a bunch of them start croaking loudly. The area starts to ring and howl. What is everyone doing? I need to know exactly what you're doing right now. Because, actually, who has an intelligence above, I'll say 14.
That's a tough bargain.
Okay, Zubrick, I'm gonna whisper to you right now. I'll say this is a passive intelligence check to see what this fucking looks like. Okay?
All right.
It looks like a bunch of grung have surrounded you. But it also looks like you are around a bunch of dead grungs.
Well, I figured that.
Potentially, to them, you put together to them, it might look like you attacked these grungs
I
and killed them.
just did though. I
But
can't
you also
argue my
just-
way out of this.
I know there's one person that just killed a grung.
That was my whole plan, to talk to them to start with, but I can't now.
No, I'm saying you can still try. It's gonna be much harder.
All right.
You can still try. I just want you to know what it fucking looks like.
Can you just stare down Gia and just squint like really? Like,
Dylan requested that.
Oh, okay.
Dylan requested that I stare you down. Okay, so what is the first action that everyone does other than Valsir, because Valsir already shot?
Hell yeah.
As you shout, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
I'll slap down Valsira's crossbow and look to one of the grungs and be like, "We didn't do this."
You hear a bunch of croaking, loud, kind of like waving of weapons as one of them kind of this one goes over to check on his dead ally. Another one, the one down here, draws a short bow and is staring you down.
Does it the one Valsira just hit? Does it look dead or it's conscious?
It looks like it. It looks like it. I know how monsters work, where you drop them to 0 HP and they die Okay.
Clover,
Straight
heal
to the
that
eye,
grung
into
or
the
we're all
brain.
dead.
What I'm saying is, it looks like you hit him to the point where they're unconscious.
Okay, I'll
Like
yell to Clover.
the arrow hit him and just they fell like they would have probably just died.
Clover, can you heal that one on the floor?
Clover.
I'm gonna get there as quickly as possible. Where is it at?
Okay. Clover.
I'm pointing to it.
Okay. When you start to move, the one right above you, looks at you and points a dagger at you, Clover, and starts shouting something, but it just sounds like these kind of guttural, kind of rolling clicks almost.
I drop my weapon. I drop my backpack. Try to be as light as possible. Stick both my arms up and just slowly walk over.
Okay, to the grung.
Yep.
Okay. Give me. I'll say.
I wanna help out and like do whatever hand motions I need to do to make it look like we're not a threat.
That could go so wrong.
They killed your dog.
Give me.
We're surrounded.
Give me a give me a persuasion check, because with advantage, since Zubrik is trying to help, I'll say Zubrik, you just kind of you don't have any weapons in your hands. You kind of follow Clover's lead, raise your hand up, trying to show that you're no threat right now. Lauren's still holding on to one of the flasks and watching what you all are doing. Clover, when you do that, you see what the grung, it kind of points the dagger at like Amos, who still has the weapon drawn, and then points it back at you as you start moving though, but it hasn't thrown the dagger or anything or lunged at you just yet.
I think they think we killed these guys.
Ooh, that was loud. Okay. What are you doing, Clover?
In one swift motion, I am going to cure wounds as well as pull the arrow out.
Okay, so you kind
Like
of
a band-aid.
you pull the arrow out, apply pressure, and you use cure wounds on the grung. 12 healing.
All the crossbow.
Okay.
Perfect health.
Hopefully it gets him alive.
You see the grung's eye flutter open, and then quickly like hop backwards, and over here, as this one then attempts to grab your wrist, Clover, after you finish casting the spell. Are you fighting or resisting or anything?
If he's gonna try to lead me somewhere,
All he's
I'm
trying to
gonna
do
resist.
is grab you by the wrist.
if he grabs me, he grabs me.
Okay, make a con save. Okay.
Ooh, 6.
6. You can't move except climb or make standing jumps. If you are flying, it can't take any actions or reactions until it lands. So basically you're mentally poisoned. You're poisoned also. You have the poison condition.
One time I
I don't notice this right away, so nothing happens.
Yeah, so he grabs you, and you could see that the grung grabs Clover, and they're about similar height. I'll say maybe the grung's probably a little shorter. It's black, completely black eyes, like kind of like stare at the rest of you as in one swift motion pulls Clover in and puts a dagger to Clover's throat.
Has Zubrik ever had time in a grung culture before?
Probably not, because usually there's a vast language barrier. Grungs are not really known to have not used common in any way, and they have their own.
That's not going to matter from my background.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah. Then, if that's the case, you might have studied them from afar or close enough to like, from a safe enough distance that you would know some standards and cultures.
Am I able to use adept linguist to help me out in this situation?
This skill is not called cunning linguist.
Aw.
Such a wasted opportunity.
Don't. You can communicate with humanoids who don't speak any language. You must observe the humanoid. I'll say yes because you in your background you have written that you've explored the lands quite thoroughly with your parents when you were younger, and you've learned from them and from other
All right.
cultures. So
I will start doing the grung throat puffing.
yeah, you're
How?
you're trying to mimic the sounds of, I'll say you can try to mimic the sounds of one word. Like,
Okay.
what is the one word that you kind of choose to try to
Fuck.
convey? Fuck.
No.
Skiff.
Doesn't seem helpful.
I guess it would be
Just one word.
ally.
Ally.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to
We
see how
come
they
in
interpret that.
peace.
While I'm also motioning that like we didn't kill these bodies or didn't do these to the body.
Okay. When that's the case, when you say that, it seems like this one over here understands, but then also starts pointing to Amos with the dagger, like
Tell him to drop it.
Yar, if you were 6 inches taller, you'd be on the ground, and he'll stab the sword into the ground. Or no, he'll put it back in the sheath. He's not losing that guy.
Okay. Yeah. Amos sheathes the weapon.
Sheets the weapon.
This one down here comes closer to Valsira slowly, like looking at you, Zubrick, but trying to make sure Valsira isn't going to make some move. And you can
I'll put up my hand.
you put up your hands as well, trying to follow suit.
Yeah. And also, I've already demonstrated to them that I can take them out, so I have nothing left to prove to these assholes.
Okay. If that's the case, all right. I had
Can I try saying another like
One-
word and point?
I'll say one more word right now.
I'll point at one of the dead bodies and I'll say, old.
Old. Okay. Let's see if they
Old.
understand this. They, like, put it together. Okay. Yeah, actually they seem to they seem to, one of them at least, the one that pointed at Amos, seems to understand what's going on. But this one down here doesn't seem to trust. And you realize, by the way, Emilio, Tingle, Grung on the other side have started gathering and closing in, surrounding all of you. There's-
Better work your magic, Zubrick, because there's a lot of them.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's just one word. They don't speak your language.
Can't you conjure up little images? Show them the hag, us killing little hag?
That's a good idea, Emilio. I'll conjure the figurine of the hag,
As
and
you
I'll throat word killer and point at Valsira and point at the hag.
wait, you're gonna try to convey that Valsira is the hag?
No, I'm trying to convey Valsira as the killer of the hag.
Oh, the hag.
All hunter, I guess, would be a better word.
Okay, so you're trying to conjure up. This
How
is
dare
quite
you call me a
this is
hag?
quite a complicated image. I know your
No,
conjuration.
I can. Well,
It's
I'll minor illusion it then if it's complicated.
okay. Yeah. That would.
I'll point at Valsira, I'll say hunter, and I'll point at the minor illusion, and then have it like snap in half.
Okay. So you conjure up the illusion of a hag, a generic looking hag, and then you point at Valsira, and then you have the image kind of tear and break away.
Yeah, and then throat whatever hunter.
Okay. Hunter. You would hear this one start making some sounds like it's trying to talk to you like you understand, because it seems to have understood what you just conveyed. But you're like, what are you saying? It's just like it's just making
Just sweat dripping.
yeah, you're like, I don't know.
Zubrick, whatever you're doing, you're doing a fantastic job.
You would hear at this point a loud croaking from all around as they are closing in on you. Clover, you're feeling a little weird and woozy right now at this point. I will say that there's probably something up with their touch. As they close in, they start to start grabbing at you as like the rest of you as this one closes in on you, Zubrick. Are you guys allowing this or no?
Guys, don't let them grab onto you. And you see like I'm kind of like dozing off.
Uh-oh.
They can grab my clothing.
Okay. Okay. So they all kind of gather around and they're grabbing onto you, about 1 to 2 to 1 person.
Yara, watch where you're grabbing.
Yeah.
Emilio's gonna gently push their hands away from him with the staff, very gently.
No, okay, so you still have your staff kind of pointed
yeah,
at
he
that.
still has the staff, but he doesn't have it in like an offensive position. He's just gently pushing. Maybe they can grab the staff instead of him.
They're actually going to try to rip the staff away from you.
No, not as courteous.
Make an athletics check.
I'll look at Valsira and
Valsira already has the crossbow dropped, like hands free. Valsira.
I didn't say I dropped it.
Well, no. Okay, so you just have it in the air.
I just was showing like I'm not.
Okay,
gonna
so
shoot
crossbow's
you right
in the air.
second, but I
Super.
could.
Okay.
Grab my backpack
All right. They're touching me.
and my axe.
Yeah, they're all trying to grab at you, and if you are bearing any weapons, they're trying to grab at your weapons right now.
Well, they're like half my height, so I'm just holding my weapon higher.
Can I throw stop? I guess.
I will say, with your adept linguist, you can make me an intelligence check. Because I want to see if you can understand one of like a word with advantage. Because with your adept linguistics, sorry, did not say that. Okay, so 15. You hear danger, like something's dangerous, and the few that are saying this are pointing to the weapons. Emilio, you actually, one of the grungs manages to like grab on and like heave at your quarterstaff and pull it out of your grasp, as another one manages to grab onto you. I need you to make me a con save. Tingle, you don't really have a weapon, but your body's so covered in armor, so you don't have to worry about this as they try to grab onto your arms and such.
I think the weapons are dangerous, or there's danger coming.
No. It's more like they might, from your intelligence check, I'll say they think they saw what Val did. Obviously, the things you guys are holding are dangerous to them. So they're trying to grab or get them away.
Okay, I'll relay that and ask if everyone wants to drop their weapons temporarily or fight this out.
You guys can all either say like a sentence or react, like physically react right now.
They want us to put our weapons away?
Yes, they're
or
calling
drop
you
them.
dangerous.
Well, that's true.
You
I will I'll put it in my bag. I'm not gonna just drop it or hand it to them.
okay, so you just kind of lower your weapons, get your bag out, quickly shove it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you do that, they're gonna attempt to kind of like grab at the rest of you. I need basically everyone but Tingle to give me a con save. Lauren is grabbed by 2 of them, I'll say.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Zubrick, you don't have to worry about it. Emilio, let me just check. Yeah, you're fine too, Emilio. Can you roll one for Bloodbeard?
Oh yeah.
It seems like Lauren fails.
We're all doing one, sorry.
Yeah. Because they're grabbing onto you. Okay. And for basically anyone that's medium size, they're kind of like hugging. Like some of them are attempting to like hug you in a way, but they have their weapon, like a dagger at least, on one hand, so it's like keeping them pointed so they could just like shove it in. Like you weren't moving, and you guys were trying to, say you're not a threat. They don't fully trust you because you fucking shot one.
Zubik, this is really weird.
This is semi-normal behavior for the grungs, actually. If they think that an intelligent being, from what you know, Zubik, this is what you would know. An intelligent being or creature that they believe is a threat, usually there would be more of them, and they would try to just smother you and stab you all to death, like basically bees on a wasp kind of deal.
So would the best course of action from my experience be to let them hug it out until they're satisfied?
Sometimes, yeah. Well, actually, yes. Like showing them that you're not afraid of them and their contact and what they're doing is a great way to...
All right, I'll Discovery Channel explain that.
British accent and all,
Back
right?
in the wild.
If we have to go anywhere, someone needs to carry me.
Should we hug them back?
Don't touch their skin.
It's too late. Like they've grabbed onto your hands and like they've kind of like clung on to the best of their ability.
They'll trust us eventually. They're just trying to see if we're more of a threat than we actually are.
Some of them have like the daggers like kind of poking at your ribs or something. Like it's very uneasy feeling right now.
I guess I'll just go ahead.
Stand here?
I'm just gonna start picking clovers and handing them out.
At this point, all of them kind of ring out in a large croak. Echoes, and there's a moment of silence. Then, stepping from over...
Is it Daddy Frog?
Actually, yes.
Oh my god!
Daddy!
The chieftain.
Is
His
he
royal croakiness.
is he dressed in some grand fashion or?
No, but golden, almost golden yellowish skin. Holding, I'll say wearing a hat too, because that's what the image shows.
Wearing a hat.
The frog, the grung looks older than the others. As this one approaches, you could see that there's a bit of magic that this one can cast. There's some sort of magical energy flowing through what looks like these odd glyph-like patterns on the golden skin. As this one approaches, you could see that Zubik, it makes this sound, and you would understand it, this one, pretty clearly, because this is one that you remember your parents having to use when being surrounded before like this and all that, to be able to converse to someone like this. And it's the word leader. Like, but it's more of a question.
I guess in this scenario, I have to point to myself because I'm the only one that can speak.
Okay. Is there anything you're gonna try to say other than pointing to yourself?
I guess I'll just repeat what I did with Valsira being the hunter, and like we're hunting down the hag, and
Okay.
maybe point at the bodies and repeat old or aged or.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check this time, as this one seems
It's my worst one.
skeptical.
Mm.
Okay. You would hear, take them.
To me or to the grung?
To the grung. As that happens, they all kind of shimmy down, some of the taller versions of you, and they start kind of leading you all, like daggers to backs.
Does it sound like a malicious take them or like a I'll take them?
That's an insight check.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's cautionary.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll let everyone know this is like a precaution on their part, and I'll pick up Clover's bag as we're walking and whatever else they dropped.
I'm not feeling great about this.
All right. So
Well, if the monster hunter didn't just kill one when we were surrounded, this probably would have gone a lot easier.
Well, I thought they were trying to kill us.
it makes
Out of
sense.
context,
I-
good great, Valsira.
I mean,
Is that not Monster Hunter
He
101?
did spook me.
I personally thought that they were going to kill us too. And then as Aloran says that, he kind of reaches down onto like the mud and peat, and you can see him kind of grab a few and like rub it along his skin, and he's like, "That's better."
I mean,
Right.
personally, they should have taken what I did as a warning.
You kill as a warning instead of firing a warning shot?
This is why your ex-boyfriend's so much better at this.
Okay, that's a little uncalled for.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can
I'm
roleplay.
gonna shoot. I'm just. I.
Death glare shoots.
Okay.
So yeah, you
You
guys.
keep talking like that, I'm gonna shoot a warning shot at you.
Someone carry me.
The grung's basically like there's two grungs dragging Clover. Like Clover can't move, like Clover's legs aren't working. There's literally two grungs like arm in arm. Clover's on, their back and being dragged through the mud and peat, to where you all are going.
You know, this is kind of relaxing. Besides the whole, being numb waist down.
Just trying to focus on moving your toes.
Okay. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to use that combat map, to tell you the truth. I forgot that you had Adept Linguist, and I was like, this is gonna go bad as soon as Spelsier shot.
I don't understand why that was such a weird thing to do. They
It
killed the
isn't.
dog.
No, it
Not at
isn't.
all weird.
It wasn't.
Okay.
But
Kind of more
Yeah,
weird that we're actually alive.
I'm
guess.
more surprised I killed a dog in one shot. So
Yeah, one
Apparently it was Valsira's John Wick origin story, not Zubrick, so
He made fun of her ex.
yeah.
Now she's on a killing spree.
Now I kill the owner of the dog too.
What's next? A child?
Not a child. Only grown-ups.
as a bunch of them gather and more and more kind of gather, they're kind of letting this kind of melodic croaking as they're marching you through the swamp to further north, actually. And this is actually where we're gonna take a break because I need to go pee. I've been drinking. So yeah,
Okay.
break time.
Alrighty.
When we come back, there'll be more of this, more grung. Will you all become grung food? Stick around to find out. We'll see. Break time.
I also wish I could get up. But I have a sleepy little boy on me.
Is that Samson?
Yeah. Carmen never crawls on me. She likes to sit next to me, though.
That's what I thought, but I know they look kind of similar, so I always second guess myself.
They looked basically identical when they were kittens, but
Oh.
they have
One
different
is much
body shapes,
floofier.
different fur color now.
Hmm.
What'd you say, Dylan?
One is much floofier than the other.
Yeah, Carmen's kind of fat and fluffier, and she has like cottony fur.
Hmm.
Samson is slimmer and taller, and has like brownish fur instead of black.
Were they litter mates?
Yeah, they were actually. We think they had two different dads though,
Yeah, that's possible.
just because they look so different when they're older.
Maybe.
He's a sleepy boy.
Yeah. What's the print on your shirt, Adrian? Is that skulls?
It's crow skulls.
Oh.
This is what I like to call my Rowan shirt, but
I
then
like that.
I didn't get a chance to wear it before. The TPK.
Yeah.
His beans. His beans. You're spoiled. I had a package come in for them today. I had to order their food online because I can't go to the store. I got them some toys and some snacks. They
Yeah.
were so happy, and they were jumping in the box too because it was so big.
Yeah.
Happy babies. I'm so glad they like the toys because one of them was really, really cheap. The other one wasn't expensive, but it was like a $16 gamble if they would like this
Yeah.
kind of toy. So
Yeah.
they seem
Cat
to-
toys.
yeah,
They're always
they
a
needed more
gamble.
toys. They always lose their toys under the furniture, and
Mm.
they like Samson. Well, both of them really love straws.
Mm.
So whenever I get food, I always ask for extra straws so they can play with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Samson always loses it within like 6 hours, and I have no idea where any of them gone. He's lost like 5 in the last 2 weeks, and I have
They're
no
prob-
idea where any of them are. I've looked everywhere.
Have you looked under the stove or the refrigerator?
I keep the kitchen closed. I keep the doors closed, so it's
Oh.
not there. I've
Okay.
even checked under the like bookshelf that he usually loses that stuff under.
Mm-hmm.
There, I have no idea where they were. I have a feeling they've gone into the baseboards.
Possible.
Lost forever.
If they're thin enough, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a huge gap in some of the baseboards, so I've found straws wedged in there before, so probably in
Yeah. That's probably it. Juno's favorite toys are ping pong balls. But she always loses those too. But those are easier to find.
She looked up as soon as you said ping pong balls.
Nope. What you got there, Robert?
A Blue Moon Belgian White that you can't
Nice.
see because of my
No.
filter.
It's okay. Blue moon is good. You okay, Dylan?
I am very sleepy.
Okay, you had kind of a funny look on your face.
He's just depressed because the bromance between Zubrik and Tingle is dying a very fast death.
That's true. They're on the rocks.
We shattered the 10-year relationship
Damn.
because
Yep.
of a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's why
rough.
we should never have kids.
Because they're gonna be murdered and then ruin the relationship of two psychos.
Yes, a lot of people don't consider that, but it's a big issue. Oh, thanks, Juno. Perfect thing to do on camera.
Hot cats in your area. What have you been doing all week, guys?
Just working.
Yeah, lots of job hunting and playing video games and a bit of painting and shading the roof of this house.
Oh yeah, okay. How's that coming along?
It's coming along pretty good. Yeah, I'm really actually excited. I'm using Egrex Earthshade to get all the shingles shaded, and I'm gonna pass over it with a dry brush of probably some yellowish brown to try and make it look like it's sun dappled.
Ooh, cute.
Did you paint the legs yet or no?
Nope, still just gray plastic chicken legs. I kind of like to go from the top down.
It's the Baba Yaga's house, in case you're wondering why there's chicken legs in the house.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
What faction do you play? That's a comment. What does that mean?
That's most likely for Peter.
Oh. I heard Warhammer stuff.
Oh.
Oh.
Alex, we're talking about just paints, not actual Warhammer.
Yeah, giant mini house for D&D stuff. I'm too poor to to get into the whole Warhammer thing, but I like the individual models. They're fun.
Can't get over Tristan's kiss phone.
Yeah.
So weird. I guess it's his dad's technically, but still.
So who thinks we're gonna manage to bungle this and still have to kill all the grung?
Yeah,
I think we'll be
probably.
fine.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm full of good ideas today, so I trust in myself.
Okay. Well, I feel like Valsira is just gonna have to take a step back. Because clearly her method did not work.
Just laughing because it was like the absolute perfect response for anything except the enemies actually were not wanting to immediately kill us.
Well, they killed the dog, and that seemed pretty threatening to me.
That's true. That's true.
I'm
I can hear Samson playing with his new toy. I thought he would play with the, like, dangly thing that I have on it, but he's playing with the ball track. He has 2 other ball track toys.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah, very true.
I feel like Pete carries like a post-it note on his desktop that says like enemies on battle map, check. Dog in area, check. Kill dog, check.
Now it's checked.
We need to get you like a custom magic item for like Ring of Disposable Familiar or something.
It was also kind of out of sight of everyone. That's also why it died. It went around the bush where no one could see it. I was like, time to kill it.
Ah, the dog split the party.
Dog split from the party. Perfect. Well, once Gia's back, we'll pick back up.
I like how everyone here started asking when is an appropriate time to be bleeding from your genitals. What an appropriate conversation.
Oh, you know it.
I'm just amazed it's canon now that Zubrik has a rolly tongue and his throat expands.
Why are you doing this? Why did you point that out? I didn't even realize. I hate you and your horny character.
The more non-regular races we run into, the more you'll find out what he has.
I hate this.
Just
Because I don't
laughing.
even realize until you start talking about it. It makes it so much worse.
It's what he has to offer.
I hate it.
We run into those like types of baboons with a big red ass.
And you're like, ooh.
I know how to
I have one
communicate
of
with
those.
these.
Wait, I can communicate with them, guys. Hold on a second.
I like to imagine 20 years ago he got all this cosmetic surgery so he could at any given time he's fine.
He's just like one of those Looney Tune characters whose body is made out of rubber. Does whatever he wants.
Oh god. And I'm just thinking about him and his giant rubber ass.
Takes a lot of skill to be an anthropologist.
A lot of like just looks at his giant ass.
Well, you know, Tingle and Zubrik have been looting tombs for 10 years, and we wondered where all of Zubrik's money went. Cosmetic surgery.
Tingle's like fully gold-plated armor, wearing jewelry and shit, and I'm just in my scraps. It all went to the ass.
He just got a big booty, that's all.
That's what the drugs are for the intake of injections.
I was gonna say for their dealing with the pain of having a giant ass.
I don't take them on a daily basis. My ass deflates.
And then it's just like a big saggy sack, like a hanging diaper. All the more reason to get him off drugs.
So we could see Zubrik's ass diaper.
Yeah, so his ass deflates.
What?
And he drags it around like a tail.
What?
And with that,
Talking about Zubrik's ass.
we're
Usual.
back.
Hmm.
And with that, we're back. Deflated Zubrik's ass. All right.
Seems like I missed something notable.
Something magical.
Something magical. Sure.
So, we're back. Let's just jump right back into it. You all are currently being led by a small group, or I'll say a small army, platoon of grungs. Further north, probably to their village. You could hear more and more of them nearby, as the sounds are kind of echoing off something, and you can hear it. When you get past a clearing of denser trees, the ground beneath you has fully kind of dried up. You had to climb, not a steep hill, but a hill nonetheless to kind of get here. When you arrive, you notice that it's not fully cleared, but it's a lot of wooden buildings that have been left abandoned here. There are rudimentary shacks, storage places, hovels, and even places to like large what are those called? I knew them as flights, but bunk, where there's like ton of sleeping areas and stuff like that, like all gathered in one. Barracks, yeah. Barracks just kind of abandoned and left behind, but now are occupied by this tribe of grungs. You can see there are many different kind of what's called, there are numerous versions of them, and as you guys are basically marched through this area, a lot of them kind of chirp up and croak along to the group that's parading you through here. As you're making your way through the town, you notice that in the far back of the town, it's a sheer cliff, followed by what looks like a rocky mountainside. And they're leading you directly in the middle of the sheer cliff to an entrance of a cave.
Okay.
Lauren goes, I believe that's Starfield Mines. As you approach the entrance,
This could be handy.
as you approach that area, you notice that there are a few like, I'll say a handful, maybe about 6 or 7 elderly looking grungs kind of sitting. It looks like they turned this entrance of the cave into a homestead for these elders. They're odd looking, kind of not really furniture, but you could see primitive tools kind of laid about and stacked on one side. You could see provisions and such that have been dried or cured on others that don't really seem edible for you all. As you are marched in front of these group of grungs, there's one that kind of stands out. Still has a metal collar around the neck, chain kind of cut and dangling from it. This grung is missing an arm and is color of a dark maroonish red. You can see there are these kind of weird brownish kind of patterns along its body, but as this one turns around, you could hear them converse, have a short conversation with the group that has brought you here. You, Zubrik, would understand a few words. Kin, death, intruders. And then one points to you, says leader.
You guys just hear, oh, that's not good.
As they're like continuing to converse, you also hear one additional word, and it's threat. You can give me an insight check to see if you know, to try to convey the understanding of that word.
Oh,
Okay, natural 20.
first nat 20 in the night.
You actually hear you actually understand the kind of short phrase that went along with the threat, and it's found the other threat, but isn't gestured towards you guys. When this happens, this out of the one without the arm kind of goes back, talks to the other elders, and then they all look at all of you and they let out this one rolling note. It echoes down the cave and out towards you all. And there's a bit of a silence. The one grung without the arm, who looks quite elderly, comes up to all of you. And Zubrik, you've never heard something like this before. Because when the grung opens its mouth, you hear, "What are you doing here?" In common.
This is a big relief. You.
And
Me and my
with I will say, with that insight from before, I'll say it's kind of still carrying over. There's disdain from this grung towards you all. Just
right.
kind
We're
of
fleshies.
they're fleshy too. Slimy fleshy.
Me and my compatriots are hunting witches, one of the mountain and one of the forest. And I'll do the minor illusion again to make whatever the face of the first hag I ever saw,
Okay.
and the Anise hag.
Okay. You would this grung leader then goes, "You're the ones kidnapping us, aren't you?"
I mean, no disrespect when I say, did you not hear what I just said? We're hunters, we're not gatherers.
I don't believe you. You dry ones lie.
We brought one of your kind back to life after a mistaken ambush.
When you say that, he looks over at the other group and, talks to them for just a moment. The other grungs that brought you here. Some of them kind of like look at you and they kind of make a few sounds which you would understand that, yeah, there's an agreement to what you're saying. Tricks. See us as fools. See us as tools.
Are some of your people getting taken as well?
When you talk, by the way, Zubrik, there wasn't much time to convey a lot of, language thing or like cultural things between what you know of grungs to your friends. There is a sharp note of a sharp kind of note that the rest of the leaders let out, and it's disrespect, the word. And you know that usually the leaders only converse among leaders. It's a part of their thing, their culture. Where
I'll quickly look back at Clover and conjure tape on his mouth, their mouth.
Okay.
Shit. My father's made this look so much easier. They're taking our people too. We gathered the strongest among us to head north where we last saw them. They killed my dog, and I pointed Tingle in his son.
Give me a persuasion check, actually, to try to persuade these folks of what you just said.
I'm gonna use saving face to get a +5 to that.
Okay, so 19. That's your racial ability, right? You can use it.
Yeah.
Yep. Per short rest. Cool. So you just kind of dig deep and say what you just said, giving as much of a leadership kind of position. You're puffing your chest out, looking high and talking with authority.
Looking high, no problem.
No, like looking kind of like you have your head held up high, like even though you're in a predicament, you're trying not to show you're nervous or anything.
What is Zubrik?
His eyes are
You would
bloodshot.
say he's almost
He's
5'11" at this point.
As there's the elder kind of looks at you. Two of ours have been taken. So have yours. This is the strongest you have, and kind of gestures to the rest of you with his one hand.
We make do with what we have.
Where are these beings, evil beings that
Last, my tracker hunted them north, and we are still following the trail till we ran into your smaller friends here.
nothing north of here? We guard this place. This is our land.
Well, we found a bunch of your dead kin in the forest, so they must have been around here.
Other than the few that have gone missing that we have just recovered, the others that have gone missing haven't returned. We found one, maybe, that attacked us, body deformed, monstrous, not of our kin, yet looked like our own.
I'm just mumbling underneath the tape.
Man, this sucks because usually Tingle does the talking.
Yeah, that gets you all into
Can you show us where you found this one?
You see him say a few things in Grung, and from deep within the caves, almost as if they were hiding it, there's a few that drag out a body, and it looks like a body of a Banderhob.
We've fought 2 of those so far. I did not know they were your people. I'm sorry.
No longer ours. Monsters.
Can you assist us in trying to track them down?
What guarantee can you bring?
If you help us, I'll bring you one of their heads.
One of their heads. You see him repeat. When he's
Is this going to echo through the cave?
yeah, well, when he says that, you could see that he's thinking. He turns back to the other elders and says this. You'll bring this proof. You'll find our kidnappers. Give me a persuasion check for that last statement, real quick. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay.
Zubrik's on a hot streak tonight.
Your best look weak. We can help. We'll lend you our strongest. One of our strongest. Return him alive.
I can do that.
When you see that he when you agree to that, are you lying at all?
No, I'm more so just trying to survive out of this cave. Like, if they're gonna
Like-
kill me if I don't bring him back, I'm gonna bring him back.
Okay. When you say that, he turns away from the elders and away from you, and he actually takes a step past you all. And he lets out a large sound, kind of guttural. Give me an intelligence check. You would know that this word is son.
Oh no. I'm gonna kill another guy's child.
We don't have a great track record.
Well, we can even it out if we bring him back.
There is a few moments go by. There's 5 that appear, but one of them stands out more than the rest. Similar markings to this leader, this elder, blood red in color. There's these kind of large, oddly shaped brown spots. You could see larger than what Tingle would stand, almost larger than Clover, which means he stands kind of taller than the rest of his folk.
He's a big boy.
He's a bigger boy than the rest of them, for sure.
Okay.
You could see he has this kind of a rusty scimitar that's strapped to his side. There are actually these kind of slightly glowing runes that have been tattooed onto his like forehead, which basically would be in between the Grung's eyes. As this one steps out after talking to the elder. He will help.
He looks like he can fight.
He is more than a fighter. He is my
Then we shouldn't have a
pride.
problem.
You could see him converse with them, and you hear the son. There's a bit of like disagreement between the two, but the son calls you all something. Give me an intelligence check.
I gasp underneath the tape. Don't even need to know what the word is.
Yeah, like points at you all, and you don't really understand what he says, but then like points at you all, then kind of lets out like a glob of like mucus and just kind of onto the ground. Sign of disrespect.
I think he likes us.
I think that's the same in every language.
You could see that the elder then said, with your other kind of intelligence checks and things like that you have made, you would know that the elder says basically there's no you must do what I say, now go. And you could see he doesn't look happy. He's reluctant, but he steps up to all of you and then kind of stands proudly, pulls his scimitar and points it down onto the ground. Sign that he's ready to fight.
Okay.
The thing is, you all still have no idea where the hags are. Also, the townsfolk do not like Grung. As much as the Grung don't like you.
Well, it's a mutual problem.
Yes. But you have a Grung ally. The chieftain actually says his son's name is Znuk.
Snuck?
Zuckerberg?
No, just Znuk.
Good of you.
Can you spell that?
Z-N-U-K.
ZNK.
ZNUK.
No. Okay. And he does not speak common?
No.
Cool.
Zubrik, you might be the only one that might barely give him like a word, a word at a time, like convey vague meanings. And you might be able to understand him. But he is technically an ally right now.
Technically.
Oh, these people don't
Okay.
like you. The ground,
I'll,
they don't trust you.
can you allow me to speak to my subordinates very quickly? They don't speak Grung, obviously, so I need to convey most of all the conversations I've had.
They're dumb, like the other
Yes.
dry ones.
Oh, of course. You're absolutely spot on.
He steps kind of back with the other elders to tell them what's gonna happen.
I will attempt to form a huddle.
Okay. The Znuk is just basically like a foot away from you all as you kind of huddle without him.
As soon as we get like huddled in the circle, I'm just like, oh my god. We have to find the hags. We have to bring them back ahead. His son is going with us to
The head.
assist us.
Wait, ahead of a hag?
Yes.
Hmm.
I didn't have many choices. This is why I don't do the talking.
So, is the hag here, or
I'll peel the tape off. We don't know. They found a Banderhop, which is apparently one of their deformed kin somewhere in the forest, so I've asked them to bring us there. And hopefully we're smart enough to find out where they are.
Okay.
Well, do they know that the hags can like change appearance? Could maybe the hags?
I would
be
assume
the
so,
village?
but I'll relay that to Grandpapa over there.
I'm gonna kind of move it just a little along, because I'm going to say you find out that they have no idea what's causing all of this. They don't even know that it was a hag. All they know is some of their people have gone missing, and monstrosities that look similar to them have appeared.
All right, then I will tell them what a hag is and show them a minor illusion.
Yeah. When you show the elder this, bring me that one's head.
Right. And I'll show them an illusion of a red cap, and I'll ask if they've seen them anywhere.
Scouts seen red ones. They stay away.
All right, we're gonna need to see where your scouts find all these things and where you found the Banderhob.
Snuck will show you.
Good old Snuck, okay.
Okay. So, as Snuck is ready to go now, it depends on the rest of you.
I still have my sea legs?
Oh, it should have worn off by now.
Okay.
When they basically, like, a little bit after they stopped touching you, it wore off.
I tell the, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
Speak.
you.
I command you.
I asked the leader to tell his son to show us where they saw the red caps and then where they found the Banderhob afterwards.
Okay. I'm going to... Snuck will first lead you all towards near the temple where he saw the red caps. As for the Banderhob, he leads you further south, closer to the town, stops at what looks like a small clearing. There seems to be a small abandoned hunter's hut that you didn't know existed. Old and abandoned. It's just, this is where he says the Banderhob was found.
I will relay that.
Can I investigate?
And I'll say yes, you can investigate. But the thing is, if this is the case, I'm guessing you guys left the town. You know, left Berkeley, and came all the way out here.
Yeah.
Hours have gone by. You know, trekking from one location to another and stuff like that.
Did we get our weapons back?
Yeah, you guys would have gotten your weapons back.
Well, before we get much closer to it, I could try and take a peek magically, see if there's anything weird going on over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic.
As you start to ritually cast Detect Magic, Snuck literally hops towards the door and just kicks it down.
Or he could do that.
Man of action. You could learn something, Amos.
R.
My peg legs be stiff.
Me hearties.
As the door swings open, you know, it's long, old, and abandoned, but there are signs of a battle outside of the hut. There are a few arrows still kind of left in along the wood, you know, the wooden walls of the hut on the outside, as well as a few kind of marks along kind of the trunks of trees of a fight, claw marks, you know, slash marks and stuff. Yeah.
What was fighting everything over here? Like, you'd think there'd be bodies if there was a big fight.
You could, Zubrik, you would hear Snuck kind of look around, you know, just staring off a bit after looking around. But yeah, there isn't really, remember, he doesn't understand you
Yes.
guys at all, so keep that in mind.
Did you and Valsi, you said you found, or we heard there was mining equipment missing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll head over to Snuck and I'll try to say, try to illustrate if he's seen or heard of any man-made tunnels recently.
Man-made tunnels. Okay.
Dry one tunnels, or whatever the fuck he wants to call them.
I'll say give me another intelligence check to see if you can kind of convey this to him with your limited ability. He's like,
I will minor illusion tunnels that are man-made.
he says something and it's the word home. He thinks that you're referring to the tunnel that the elders are in.
Is there anything else we found that can help us? Anything at all?
Maybe the eyeball. Have they seen anything holding? No. Or...
I will pull out the eyeball, show it to him, and then try to gesture like if he's seen this before.
He's gonna reach for it, try to grab it. Do you let him?
No. Fuck you think you are.
When he go, give me an act. I'll say sleight of hand check to see if he's fast enough to grab it. Then, yeah. As you pull it out and show it to him, you see him reach for it, and just in time you kind of pull it back. Like, nope. Like, he looks at you, and he goes and points.
I'll croak and say, like, have you seen this before? No touch. No.
No touch. No. That's what you would hear.
Zubrik is very frustrated. Is there anything we skipped over? Anything we missed we didn't fully investigate?
Lauren goes, oh, wait. No, sorry. Go ahead. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Anything at all?
I could try using my Detect Magic, see if maybe there's an illusion or something weird going on in this house.
You do whatever you want.
I'm gonna ritually cast Locate Animals or Plants. Try to see if I can locate a corvid in the area.
Okay.
And I will ritually cast Detect Magic at the same time.
All right. So as you all are casting magic, Aloran, Snuck seems bored. He goes over, breaks off a branch, and starts sharpening it. As he's doing that, Lauren goes, "You said mining equipment has gone missing?"
That's what they're telling me.
The sheriff said that, right?
Also, the Wanderer and I saw it. There's like a ton of equipment missing.
And that's why you went to the blacksmiths.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't when we went off to give me a second, let me see if we can. Okay. We went off to search when you took me hostage, let's just say. We went off to search the south end.
Yes.
If mining equipment has gone missing, there isn't really anything to mine here. Where did the sheriff go?
We don't know.
No,
Last
I
he
meant
said he was.
I meant where did the sheriff go when we went?
Oh, to the blacksmith. And then we went to go check there to check up on him, and he wasn't there. Just the Higgs.
Did he just say he was going to the blacksmiths?
I believe so. When I look around.
I think so.
Give me a history check. I'll say from everyone with disadvantage. Sorry.
Okay.
Everyone that was there for that. So I believe that was everyone. 9, 10, 11, 7. Oh, yes. Okay. So he went missing in town.
Yeah.
Most of the people that have gone missing have been in town. Right?
You think it's one of the buildings?
Someone must have heard it then. Right?
Wait, if we saw them at the blacksmith with a child, perhaps they weren't leaving the blacksmith. They were entering when we got there. It's the other hag met us at the front
Maybe.
door. Is there anything else that happened there that we missed? Did you guys
No.
see anything, hear anything?
In the basement, the Wanderer and I, the mining equipment was missing, but there's some odd smell from the earth around it.
Yeah, we tried
so-
to find if there was anything in the wall or any hidden chamber, but we didn't find anything.
It might have been like a magical door. Maybe hidden that we couldn't see.
Maybe.
I guess we have to head back to the blacksmith then, yes?
I think so.
I mean, that
But
building
then why
is...
would they be out here too?
They probably took the hunter. There was a skirmish. Most likely a Bander Hobbit, I assume.
The people, have you asked or talked to any of the towns, I mean, any of the farm boys that the sheriff would put on guard at the gates? Because
They asked-
most of the folks
this-
don't really leave town unless they go skiffing. Wouldn't they? Would they know anything?
Last I talked to him was this morning. They asked if they had to stay on guard at night, and I said no, you don't need to.
Maybe that's another lead we could chase down then. Blacksmith, guards, anything else?
Well, we know they want people, so they obviously have to be able to transport them somehow, and I guess the underground tunnels are the only real way to do that?
Maybe the well.
Is the well
Just,
connected
so-
to tunnels?
I mean, the well went bad. They might have just,
The well's gone
claimed as their
bad
own.
a while back.
but maybe they just decided to claim it.
Perhaps the well went bad because of them, and they've been using the waterways as a transportation method.
It's literally in the center of town. How would they have done that?
Well, the water has to come from somewhere. I assume. Are there
And they
basements?
they can also look like anybody, so they wouldn't have to do anything weird to ruin the water. You know, just walk in and stand next to the well and then walk away.
It's most likely. It makes sense if the guards haven't seen anything. They would have reported something to the sheriff originally. So if these things are coming from inside the town and not leaving the town,
How are we going to disguise Snuck then? If we're going back to town?
There's a curfew. They won't go out at night.
plus we're in charge. Technically, your sheriff's dead.
We could give him like a deputy badge.
He's dead.
I could well, they took his form. We couldn't find him. He said he was going to the blacksmith. We found 2 hags, 2 and 2 together.
He's missing at the very least.
Sure, we'll be optimistic, I guess.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
throw a cloak on him, and I can tell him to disguise.
do you think Snuck is enough with the rest of us? Are we enough?
Valsira killed one of these guys with 1 hit. That's all
These
we really
guys-
need.
They're a little smaller than
Hmm.
smaller and less powerful than a hag.
Do you have
We
any
could-
suggestions?
we could try like convincing some of the villagers to help us. You know, hey, save your home, save your family.
I wouldn't trust the villagers to be able to fight better than I could.
What about Mina?
No, she's more of a scavenger. I don't think she has any. She's good at hiding. I know that. But I don't think she knows how to really fight either.
What about your treant friend?
You see him think for a bit. Give me a persuasion check. That's a high roll. Okay. He does trust me, but he does not trust other, human beings. Other people. But he does trust me. I guess we can always go ask.
So should we check out the town first and then go ask your friend? Or would you like to split off for an hour or 2 and meet us back at the town?
I would rather meet him alone. Let's say, how about we meet back here, just before sundown? Here, at the Hunter's Lodge. It isn't too far from the town. And, he might be a bit nervous about the town itself, so maybe this is a good place to meet up, if he does agree.
I guess, yeah.
You can see he's kind of mulling it over still, but then, all right, we'll meet back here. I'll go see if he's willing to help.
I pluck a clover and hand it to him. It's for good luck.
Thank you. Takes it. As for Snuck, what are you gonna do with him?
We'll figure it out.
For safety purposes, my life, not yours. Tingle, give me that ring you're wearing.
Yeah, sure thing.
Lauren, put this ring on. If you take it off, I'll kill you next time I see you.
Why? What does it do?
It lets me know you're alive.
as he puts it on, he's like, I see. Yeah, as he could feel your heartbeat and you could feel his. Okay.
Right. And break. All right, team. Back to the showers.
When you say that, Snuck kind of like pops up, looks at all of you, says, "What?"
Znuk says what?
No, like says it in Grung that Zubrick can interpret.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's been holding out on us. this
No,
whole time?
he doesn't know how to speak common.
If you say so, I'm still expecting him. He is the son of the man who speaks common, so
There's a
Important
there's a short backstory I wrote for the elder, and the reason why he can speak common.
Son only knows the swear words. That's all he wanted to remember.
right.
I guess I'll illustrate the Znuk as best as I can what the plan is.
Okay.
We probably need him to put a cloak on or something.
Okay. I will say you don't even have to roll for that. He'll willingly put it on.
Hey, Zubrick, can you tell him a gift?
Kind of sticks to him, by the way, the cloak, like his skin.
Gross. Sure.
To him with the. I'm holding the blade side.
Oh, you're giving him what?
The hatchet. My
The-
hatchet.
Oh, okay.
I imagine his tool is very. I wouldn't say good looking, rudimentary, but
Yeah, his scimitar's rusty. His short bow looks pretty good, but his scimitar is definitely like kind of blunted. He takes the hatchet and he looks at it, and you could see that kind of gives it a few swings, and he would basically say thanks.
All right, where are we going first?
It's up to you all.
I think blacksmith's a little bit safer because it's on the edge of the city compared to the well, which is directly in the center.
That's true.
All right. I've done enough talking for the entire week. You guys take the lead.
Well,
Blacksmith?
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Okay.
what's wrong with your voice, Zubrick?
The crow.
By the way, the spell, detect magic, and find animals.
Locate creature.
Corvid, there's a few, but the nearest one, it seems like it's not in the direction of the town. You can still head towards it. It's probably like a few hundred feet out, so it wouldn't be too out of your way.
Yeah, it's probably fine. He just wanted to know if there were any close enough to them to
Okay.
spy on them.
Okay. As for detect magic, Tingle, you cast detect magic and you do a quick sweep of the hunter's lodge. Nada. No magical items.
Well, I guess there's nothing hidden, unless it's like a literal regular trapdoor, but I don't see anything, so...
Okay.
Wait. Oh no. The dog died.
If you give me 11 minutes, I'll bring the dog back.
Okay, I thought maybe Hal Nora could help with the smell.
I will put 10 gold worth of incense into my little brazier and light it up.
Okay. And you cast
Summon.
and summon
How
Nora. You get the dog back. Znuk seems impressed when you do that.
I make it kind of look like him in color.
Okay.
So he doesn't eat the dog.
You see Snuck points at you and goes, leader.
Yes.
He says what? Sorry?
Leader.
The dog?
No. Snuck says that to Zubrick that he is definitely the leader.
Oh, I thought he was calling the dog the leader.
No. Says that to Zubrick.
Got it.
So
Stop.
You guys have, I will say, about, because you started relatively early in the morning, you guys would still have about 4 hours ish. I'll say, yeah, I'll say about 4 hours until sundown starts to hit, which is plenty of time to get to the town and investigate a few things before coming back to the hut.
Well, already.
So when you get to the town, first place you go to is the blacksmiths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you guys get to the blacksmith, let's see. The site of a recent murder. Let's see.
Let's see.
I am pulling up a few things right now.
Okay.
The abandoned stone building still remains, dusty, but with recent conflict that have kind of cleared a few of the paths on the first floor. You see the stairway up to the second floor and the stairway down to the basement, still empty, available, nothing really locked. When you enter, what do you do?
So we haven't checked the upstairs, and everyone come downstairs. I wonder if anyone
Okay.
can figure out what the smell is.
Okay. When you guys head downstairs, the stone walls, they seem moist. But by the way, by the time you guys get to the town, it starts to rain. I will say, Snook being hidden like with a cloak. Oh yeah. By the way, there's no guard at the gates anymore because no sheriff to point them, put them out there. When you guys get to the blacksmith, plus most of them are terrified of what's going on. When you guys get to the basement, the dank smell hits your nose. There is a light drizzle that is beginning to happen by the time you guys get there. You hear the pitter patter of rain along the windows. And yeah, the basement seems empty. There's a lot of supplies that have gone missing. A lot of the support beams that have once kind of laid untouched for probably a while, now vacant. Dust prints obviously show this.
Well, if they were trying to build tunnels, they definitely need support. So this might be where they were getting it for at least a bit.
There's a few boxes piled into the corner and a bed along the side in the opposite corner, as well as a small writing desk.
Is there any weird smell?
Yeah. The smells are coming from the walls. Just generically the walls.
Hmm.
Can I investigate the walls / the smell?
Yeah, give me actually give me an investigation check.
Tingle hesitantly hands you a scroll saying how to smell things better.
Thanks, Tingle.
When
You're welcome.
you're kind of smelling this acrid, sour, fetid, I guess would be the right way to say it, smell. And as you kind of run your fingers against the stone wall, a bit of this grime comes off of it. The stone wall isn't an illusion or anything, but the grime is slick. There's something kind of seeping through the earth, and here. Seems like that it's seeping through here. along most of the walls in this building. When you kind of give it a smell, yeah, that's what the smell is coming from.
Is it a smell he recognizes at all?
Like from your past?
Just at all?
Uh,
Anything?
no, it's not really. Like, not something. Actually, give me a history check.
He's never smelled a thing in his life.
What are smells?
Would you like to re-roll that, Emilio?
I can.
Oh. Ooh.
I can smell.
I can smell. I can fight.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Hmm.
More ones.
You have a vague. You remember, living in the Underdark. There are places that you kind of got to go and visit and see, but this kind of burning sensation in your nose when you take this whiff pulls your memory to an event in your childhood, almost like tar pit. There's something acrid about it. The earth around the area that you remember as a kid was tainted, was what your, I believe it was Juliet, one of your moms.
His mom.
Yeah, his
is
mom.
Juliet.
Yeah. Used and told you to try to stay away from there if possible. It is a connection to a darker thing. And there's a hint of that. It rings a bell.
Whatever the smell is, it's nothing good. And it's also seeping through the walls here. So maybe it's something that's in the earth of this place, which would make a lot of sense, actually. Or it's just something on the other side of these walls, but I'm kind of leaning towards the former.
Well, if it's something in the earth and it's coming through, everywhere around here, where would someone have to go to source that?
Well,
What'd you say, Clover?
well.
Should we go check the well then?
Sure.
I think so. Unless we want to try and break through a wall or something?
Are the walls in here completely solid? Have we tried pushing on them, breaking them?
Let's
We
do
did.
let's do a thorough check, just in
Yeah,
case.
we did a bit of pushing on them before, but
If you all want to do a thorough check, I won't ask for a roll as long as you guys spend some time here. Just kind of pressing on the rock, the wall, maybe hitting a few things to see if there's an odd sound out of place or whatnot. I'll say you guys spend a good 30 minutes here, just kind of knocking on things, pushing on things, checking it out.
Yep.
When you do so, no, the place is solid. It's sturdy. It's held up, abandoned this whole time.
Well, I guess that was the best.
I'll say nothing in the basement leads to what you think you are looking for.
Are there any other places that we know of in here with basements?
Lauren would know, but I
We
don't
could
know.
ask me.
Not a bad idea.
Well, maybe we could ask, the tavern owner? They might know what big places have basements.
That's Mina.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Zerberk.
Okay. So you guys, what are you all doing?
Well, if you guys want to check something out, I can always just go ask her.
I think it's probably best if you stuck with Nook, because I don't feel safe with bringing him inside a tavern.
True. All right, we'll chill. We'll take a look at the well, I guess.
By the way, you guys realize that because it's just a cloak, right? That you've given him to kind of like throw over him. He kind of looks like a small child with a massive head. Like big round head, small child about the size, like slightly tall as Clover. If anyone looks closely, yeah, it's not hard. He is a red color. He's not wearing much like armor or anything, so like in the cloak he's pulled it closed, but his face isn't covered at all. He's has the cloak pulled down a little bit.
Don't stare at this big-headed child.
Oh,
That's Deputy's neck you're looking at.
he also have big frog black eyes. Remember that too.
I will conjure him a mask.
Okay.
He's our son and we love him.
Conjure him a mask that looks like a kid.
It's like one of those like exaggerated smiling cartoon faces.
Yeah, and it's like big and round because that's how his head is too.
Sounds a little terrifying, actually.
It is.
All right. You guys go ask Mina. We'll take a look at the well quickly.
I'm gonna go with you to the well, because if something happens down there, at least I can heal you.
Well. Good idea.
I'm just full of them today.
So we'll split the group then, like you wanted. It will be Tingle, Valsira, and Clover headed to Mina. And Snuck, I'll say Amos went with Aloran just to make it easy on us. And it was Zubrik, Emilio, and Snuck going to the well. We're gonna deal with the tavern team first. As you all head towards the tavern and you split ways, it's not far from the well because the well is in the center of town, and so is the tavern. You all enter the tavern. You would see. Thaldric actually bringing some food out for a few individuals, and Orif behind the bar talking to Mina right now. Like Orif's like, I don't really feel safe here. I'd rather just leave if possible. I know I work here, but maybe just call it a little vacation and we can just leave, you know? When Mina sees you all arrive, she goes, Orif, I think you have customers. Now tend to them. Remember, there's no reason to leave the town. People are here, they'll figure it out. As you all enter, what are you all doing after hearing this?
Hello.
Are you here for a drink? Orif
no,
can help you with that.
We have some questions. Hey, Tingle. Sorry, 1 sec. Tingle. You know how you can see magic? If they were to disguise themselves, would you be able to see that?
Yeah, just have to have the spell running.
Could you check this tavern? Make sure they're just not in here. There's a lot of people in here.
That's a great idea. I'm going to use the loo!
Okay.
We'll walk out and go cast ritually detect magic.
Okay. You just kind of
walk back in afterwards.
Yeah. You go off to the bathroom to cast detect magic. So you're in there for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
As the rest of you are talking to Mina. Right? Or are you guys just kind of standing around?
Do you have any questions to ask, Wander?
I'm sorry. We're asking her about the basement stuff.
I don't know. We can ask about the well, the basement.
Okay. So we've been doing some investigating, and we came across a very strange smell in a basement, and we couldn't find the source of it. Is there anything in the local soil that might create a strong smell?
Yeah, actually, you're talking about that weird burning kind of smell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our place also started suffering that around the time when the well went kind of funky.
Uh-huh. And is the well still kind of funky?
Yeah, I mean, we blocked it off for what now, like a month or so.
So what are you drinking?
Lauren gathers a bunch of the, and I also help with this. Gather a bunch of the moss and herbs to clean the water that's more from the southern end of the swamp, where it's a little clearer down there. And a lot of
Okay.
the townsfolk are doing that. Why? There's something up with the well again.
Not that we know of, but we're just trying to figure out that smell.
Yeah, we covered it up. But yeah, you can come down to the downstairs if
Yeah.
you'd like.
I wouldn't mind doing that. There's something that we need to tell you a little bit in private. I just lead all three of us to a corner.
All right.
I don't want to bring panic, but based on our look around and what we found, we believe the hags are in this town.
They're here. You're sure?
Yes.
Like,
we're pretty sure.
they're among us in one way, shape, or form, you're saying?
When Tingle gets out of the washroom, Tingle will make sure that no one here is one of them.
All right.
And I think our best bet is to maybe even catch them during nighttime. Because
that's good to know.
only them are going to be out, right?
Yeah, most of the people are scared, out of their minds. A lot of the people left in town are actually here still. Some of them have taken up the other rooms that are available, and the others are, well, she kind of gestures to the others in the tavern right now.
Right, if you can, try to keep them in here at night.
Yeah, of course. I can actually, I'll see if I could call the rest, that are still in their homes to see if, would that help?
It wouldn't be a bad idea. It'd be nice to know, what homes are evacuated and not.
There's a few families that have left, but still, I'll say a good 3/4 of the folks that you saw this morning are still here.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, I guess I'll get working on that.
Tingle, you're still in there?
Oh, yeah, give me a second. And you hear what sounds like pots and pans banging around.
Do you have any other questions to ask, Wander?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, do we know why the well went weird?
Some thought that it was just some thought that, a wild animal probably got down there somehow.
Okay.
Fell in and died.
Was it investigated by the city at all?
Well, it's a pretty deep well. We couldn't really. It's been here ever since the town ever, was founded. So it's quite a deep well. We couldn't really get down there safely. Or at least we didn't try. We just covered it up because the Lauren came up with a brilliant idea. to make the plentiful water down south, drinkable.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it pretty soon.
Okay. Well, how about this? I trust, I trust you all. You're helping the town, right? So, here, or if can you show them, the storage, the basement. I'm gonna make sure the others, that aren't here, are all right. I'm gonna go check up on them. As Orif kind of goes, fine, again, like another one of these requests. As she's like, this way, if you want to look, kind of gestures you all towards the kitchen.
10 minutes passed.
Yeah, I'll say 10 minutes passed.
All right, finally.
The door slams open and Tingle stumbles out, still putting one gauntlet on his hand and raising up a monocle on his eye.
Okay.
What do I see?
No one here is magical. One thing you do realize is that does catch your attention is that Mina's little kind of hooked, like little scythe that she has on her side is a bit magical. Other than that,
Well, I guess all these people are just complete, they're not magical, Clover, sorry.
Mina, everyone here seems to be safe.
well, if that's the case, do we split the folks here and the folks that I'm going to ask to come, to the tavern?
We can check again later. It's just nice to know that we're fine for now.
Well, I'm glad that I could trust everyone here. She looks around. As she's like, all right, I'm gonna go check on the rest of them. Orf can show you the basement. As you three follow Orf to the kitchen, and where she's gonna lift this like wooden hatch stairway down into the cellar. As soon as it's opened, yeah, there is a bit of a smell that already wafts, even through the smell of all the cooking that Thaldric is doing here. You could smell that kind of burning, bit of acidy smell here. As you step down, there are shelves, not full, but relatively well stocked with food and other supplies. But this is where we are going to switch over. And I will. I should have probably done this with, in separate groups. So I'm just going to separate the groups now, if that's okay.
Bye.
Sorry, I should have done it separately. That way you could talk to each other about it afterwards. But, oh well. It's fine. All right. So you saw your allies go into the tavern. Zubrick and Tingle. Not Tingle, oh my god. Zubrick and Emilio.
How dare you?
Zubrick and Emilio and Snook are outside. Not too far away. You're still in the center of town, but not too far away is the well. So yeah. When you guys head over there, the well is covered over by what looks like a piece of wood. Like it has a little roof part overhead, and a bucket with a line that's cut so people can't drink out of it, but there is a wooden like hatch that has been placed on top of it on the stone part, and then heavy rocks that have been set on top.
Is there any kind of opening like this big around that wood anywhere?
No, the wood is pretty well put together, that it basically looks like a bunch of cheap wood lined up in one direction, and two pieces of wood that have hammered in, that have been hammered in to make sure all the other pieces of wood are fitted, and held in place. While, sorry, I'm having trouble thinking because I hear Gia. Sorry, can I talk? I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. It's a little hard. So the other pieces of wood are held in place by 2 other pieces of wood, and then the rock, like a few large rocks, rest on top of it. And these look quite heavy. There isn't really a gap, like easily accessible gap, like this big or this big. Maybe a small bug can get through, but that's about it.
We can try to move the rocks. Zubrik, are you up for that?
I guess.
Snuck is looking at both of you oddly as you guys kind of position yourself.
Amelia will mime like picking up the rocks for Snug.
Okay. Snuck kind of climbs on top of it and on top of this kind of lid to help try to like push. One of you can give me an athletics check with advantage, because
I'm not even gonna ask Zubrik to do it. I know his noodle arms.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm doing it. I'm not asking Zubrik to do it.
Okay. You roll a 14. These are heavy. They're heavy rocks that aren't really rounded, so it's hard to even roll it. As you're trying to like lift or kind of pull, you can see Snuck is kind of trying to push. He's on top and he's kind of leaning on one and pushing on the other. One of them kind of slides off onto the floor. You kind of watch your feet to make sure it doesn't, crush your feet. There's still 2 more rocks up there.
All right, he's gonna get up onto the wall to try to do what Snuck is doing.
Okay, so both you and Snuck is on the wooden part of the well now.
I mean, I guess so. He's just trying to.
How much do you
get
weigh?
Better leverage. Not very much. Let me check. I don't have a weight for him. 5'5". And not.
What's your strength?
Very beefy.
What's your strength
His
and
strength is 10.
And your
strength
con?
is average.
And con?
Con is 14.
Okay. Yeah, it probably would break then. Even with... Yeah, it does break. So when you get up there, you start trying to shove it with Snuck then?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me another athletics check.
With advantage?
Yeah, sure. Zubrik is watching this.
He's so helpful.
This one, as you're trying to like shove it, it actually like since the wood that is kept as a lid for the well, it's the kind of crude pieces of planks of wood, it gets caught on some of the grains of the wood and it's not budging right now. You're like
Zubrik, you could at least help.
If these stones were to fall in the well, would it clog up the well? Are they that big or?
No, they're not that big. They're just heavy fucking stones. The well is a quite large well, actually.
Stand back.
Amelia will hop off. And
Okay.
he'll motion Snuck to do it.
Yeah, Snuck also does too. Ooh, okay, yeah. You're just like, you know what? Fuck it. There's wood. Boom, boom, boom. You start blasting when you start blasting the well, you would actually see Mina at this point come out of the tavern in the distance and start running off to a different part of town. That's what Amelia would notice. Yeah, by herself. As that's happening, Zubrik, you just fire away, and you destroy the lid and the rocks crumble in. There's a and as it goes deeper, it kind of echoes, and you hear.
Sometimes the biggest muscle is the brain.
What happened to your voice?
Sorry, it's the croaking.
Oh. Yeah, maybe you should stop doing it. That was a gross voice you just did. What can we see down the well?
When you look down the well, darkness.
How much
Ooh,
darkness?
Dancing lights. Okay, so Zurich has dancing lights and sends it down the well. It goes quite deep. I'll say with your dark vision and stuff, like you still
He's
need
got dark vision up to 120 feet. So.
yes, but you would still need like a hint of light to make it happen. With dancing lights, it's super easy because it's just you send the light down as far as you can, and as you're sending the light down, you would notice something. There was more than just the lid and the stone down there. There's something else broken. Wooden, thin, like not super thin, but thinner, other newer pieces of wood that wasn't in just weathering condition where they've kind of blackened. It's newer wood, like more rich in color and such like that. Pieces of it. Whatever, probably destroyed from the weight of the stones falling upon it. Something else was in the well. Give me an intelligence check, or I'll say investigation from both of you to see if you can kind of figure out what the hell that is.
How long, prior to this, how long have we been traveling to get from like the Grung Cave to here?
Because you visited 2 different spots. They were relatively, I'll say about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Why?
That be considered a short rest for Zuber?
I'll say yes. Normally, I don't like to consider walking stuff short rests.
That's a 20 then.
Okay, you're saving face. Okay. So, when you look down there, Zubrik, you rolled a 20. Emilio, you rolled a 15. Emilio, you're like, that's different wood from the lid. Zubrik, those look like pieces of a ladder. I'm glad it clicked. You're like, oh fuck. All right.
Should I go down there, or are you going to send Eleanor?
There's no safe way to really go down there unless you guys want to try to
There
climb.
are ways.
Well, I know you guys have ways. There's no normal safe way to go down there unless you guys have used a specific way.
You can always just grab a ladder from the general store.
Yeah, but that seems like it's like all the way over there. We gotta walk all the way over.
I will pull Howl Nora out of my pocket, hold the puppy over the open well.
I'm not gonna say no. I will go down. I will go down and investigate it. Unless you want to go grab a ladder.
I can't go anywhere with this guy. You have to do that.
Emilio's just gonna ignore him and climb up onto the well edge and turn into a little lizard, like the kind that climb on walls,
like a gecko.
Yeah.
Okay, you turn into a little purpley scaly lizard, and or gecko, and you start
climbing down
as you shimmy your way down the rocks. You have grippy feet, it's fine. And you make your way all the way down to near the water's level. You get down to the point where, with being a gecko, you don't have dark vision. It's quite dark, but with dancing lights, it's like halfway down. It's still semi-visible with the water reflecting the light. About 1.5 feet above this, the water's like level, you see what looks like an opening along the earthen wall. A small opening, but an opening nonetheless.
How small?
Well, I'm not saying like a tiny hole. I'm saying like
What I'm saying, is it like child sized? Is it adult sized? Bigger?
an adult can probably squeeze through it.
Okay.
And there is sounds coming from this small opening on the other side.
What's it sound like?
Kind of like that. There's a bit of chanting. There's a bit of whispering. Oh my god, that was
Sorry, what is Tristan doing?
that was terrifying.
That was so scary.
But yeah, like there's a bit of like almost incantations being muttered.
He's just gonna go a little bit further down that tunnel to see if he can hear what they're saying.
Okay, so you make your way into the tunnel.
Just a little bit, yeah. He's going
Okay.
like slow.
Okay, you slow. Are you trying to be like stealthy? By the way,
Yeah, he's trying to be stealthy. He
Okay,
doesn't want to
give me a
get too
stealth
close.
roll.
He just wants to hear it.
just give me a stealth roll then.
I'm just up here, like, so, you know any hot grungs or... No, sorry, never mind. Forget I asked.
Is that one of Zubrik's types? Have we unlocked the third type? It's Grung.
It's the hidden third type.
He's never been to a full grung tribe before. I walked in, he was like, oh, hello.
Okay, sorry. As you shimmy your way into this kind of crack in the wall, or opening, you see that eventually it does open up. You could hear this kind of incantation still being muttered. There's a bit of scraping sound and bubbling sound along.
Okay, that's enough. He's gonna go
Wait,
back.
let me explain this.
There's a flush.
In the air, and not only this, the outer bit of the entrance, the other side of the entrance here, you can see what looks like a large rib cage of sorts. Old bones that kind of curve, almost like either fangs or ribs, but there's 2 or 3 right outside that's almost kind of looks like bars to a cell. Wide enough that an adult can squeeze through, so obviously not a cell, but it looks like it's made of bone.
That's unsettling.
So yeah,
Gonna quietly scuttle on back then.
right back up the well, and
Yep.
Zubrik's there, and Snuck is there.
So there's an opening down there, and
Are you transforming back?
yeah, he transformed back. No, he's a little lizard. He's like, so.
you can't talk. But yeah, just mouthing the words.
He licks his own eyeball. So there's an opening down there, and some chanting. Yeah, I'm guessing that's where the hags are right at this moment. I have no idea how many. There's also some really large bones. Like a huge
Probably.
ribcage.
Banderhob sized.
I don't know. I was thinking that too, but Pete, did it look bigger than a Banderhog?
Yes.
It looked way bigger.
Well, let's go tell the others. I've been having a great conversation with this one here, but not much of a talker.
I mean,
Snux spits a glob of mucus at your feet.
oh god. I'm sorry you had to be stuck up here with that.
Snux
By
licks
the
his
way-
eyeball.
You know, you did a really incredible job talking to those grung, especially after Valsira kind of shot one dead. But, you know, you kind of saved us a little bit back there. So, good job. See what being sober does to you?
Yes. go find the others.
Okay.
Alright.
So you guys head towards the tavern. I'm gonna move all of you back. All right. So
We're back.
I will say to move along, push the envelope of the story a little bit more. Valsira, Clover, and Tingle. There's nothing you guys really find down in the cellar. There's a smell, obviously. It's seeping through the walls. The ground itself is tainted. Similarly to the blacksmith. But there's nothing
Find
really
some
down
oranges and bag them.
there. Okay. And when you guys get out of the cellar and back into the tavern, Mina's still not back, but the door opens and enters Zubrik, Emilio, and Snuck with the mask. Like, creepy child mask.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
So then I asked him how tall were the females, and he spit on my feet. It was weird.
How'd it
It
go?
looks a little disturbed.
Well, Emilio can tell you what he found. I did nothing much. Why did Mina sprint out of the tavern?
To check up on other people in the city, because most people are here, but some people are staying at their house. Everyone here seems to be safe.
Is Detect Magic still running?
No.
Hmm.
It lasts like what, an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, especially then though. If it's an hour, it would have been yes, but not 10
Fair
minutes.
enough, fair enough.
Go ahead, Emilio.
Okay. So first of all, you guys didn't ask us what the code word was, so you've all failed. If we were hags, you'd be dead.
Alternatively, I'm standing over here because I didn't know if you'd try to kill me.
By the
All
way.
right, Tingle's the only one that gets to live in this situation. Second of
Okay.
all, I think we found the hag's hideout, and
Down there?
it's down the well. There was like a little opening that they probably could crawl through, and
Oh.
they were chanting on the other side. No idea how many there are. There are some really huge bones down there, like way bigger than a Vanderhop.
Okay,
That's
well that's
scary.
much more promising than what we did, so good job.
Well, they're chanting right now, so I'm kind of concerned that they're doing something. Also, I heard bubbling. Maybe they're cooking something up.
Yeah, maybe they're
Well.
making dinner.
It could
Well, I
be
was gonna say
related
more
to
like a
the,
child, but-
poison stuff. Oh, a child, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Bored.
think we should go now?
I don't know.
We're missing 2 members. We're in the treant.
I don't think a treant could, like, fit down the well.
Well, there must be some kind of other opening. I don't think they're living down there. It's just like one hole, but maybe it leads somewhere else.
How deep was it? Like, below ground?
Yeah, it was down the well.
Like, how deep? Like, 15 feet? 40 feet? 800 feet?
Peter, how deep?
Possibly 80 or so. My lights only reach so far.
That's pretty deep.
It's a very deep well.
It is a
They
well.
must be doing something because the water table around here is, like, pretty darn high, so they should be getting flooded out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing. No?
Well, is it almost sundown at this point?
You guys probably would have to go back now if you want to. If you probably have to start now if you want to try to get there by sundown.
I think it's best we meet our allies and then head back to the well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around. Is anyone still working at the bar?
Yeah. Give me a second. Keep forgetting the name. Orif is still there. She's still behind the bar.
When
What do you need?
What was her name? Min?
Mina.
Mina. When Mina comes back, just make sure you close the doors. Don't let anyone else in, okay?
Why? What's going on?
Nothing. I'll talk to you in a bit. I'll just put a couple gold down, enough for a bag of oranges.
Okay. She probably doesn't know that you took him, so she's
Gonna
like,
squeeze it yourself.
she probably doesn't know that you took him, so she's like, all right, I'll lock the doors. She
How
pockets
fancy are these oranges?
She's like, "Oh, I buy this brand."
I don't know. 1 gold piece per orange. That's probably what, 10
Jesus
oranges?
Christ.
Yeah, 10 oranges.
So you paid
Oh,
10
God.
gold.
Yeah.
Okay,
God.
got it. She's like, all right, yeah, I'll definitely lock up the tavern. She pockets the gold. As you guys, I'm guessing you guys are headed out to the. Okay. When you guys make your way over to the abandoned hunter's hut, the sun is setting. The unsettling darkness is approaching. The fog hasn't dissipated, but the clouds have thinned, and it doesn't seem like it's raining anymore. By the way, I do want to say that the town, remember, the town is elevated, and there's a moat and you know, brambly things around it. Remember that. When you guys get to the hut, you would see Aloran there. And who does anyone have a passive perception above, I'll say, actually, everyone give me a history check.
Okay.
Oh, -1.
Zubrik, there's something odd. A tree is there that wasn't there before. Near the hunter's hut. This tree doesn't look as big as the some of the other larger trees around it. However, there is a large bird mark upon it. Like it charcoaled area, basically, like it was burned before.
Amos.
Amos kind of exits out of the hunter's hut. It's like, what you want? We're here.
Password. First.
Orange juice.
He's good, he's clear.
We think we found the entrance, or one of the entrances. Maybe it's an exit.
Perfect. Lauren's like, where is it? Where's the entrance?
Well.
Well,
Huh?
The well.
Oh. The well? Like, deep down in the well?
no,
Yeah.
the other well.
No,
It's like 80 feet down or something.
well,
It's one of the entrances we know.
well, how are we gonna get, everyone in there? He says that kind of hesitantly.
I have some rope. It can only get us about halfway down, though.
I mean, like, everyone. And he kind of looks back at the tree.
Oh,
Do you know another way?
No.
Give me back that ring, by the way. That's not yours.
Sure. He takes off the ring and he hands it back.
I'll toss it back at Tingle.
Oh, no. Thanks, Zebrak.
Mm. Does he know another entrance?
To what?
Like
Into
the
the
well.
hag?
Are there any waterways or?
No. I mean, I thought the well was kind of its own deal. I thought. So the
Do
hags
you
are.
guys have, like, a sewer that comes out from the city? Or the
No,
town?
no. Most of the latrines are just kind of holes, ventilated holes, or they're outhouses.
Can your friend dig?
I don't like to dig. You hear the voice.
Can you find a way into the waterway of the well somehow?
These are your friends. Yes, they're my friends.
Pleasure.
They can be trusted. I promise you. Spruce. By the way, when he says that, there is the burned mark tree kind of shakes a bit. It's a spruce tree, so it stands out here already, apart from the others. But this one doesn't. It looks upon you all with skepticism. There's an obvious kind of like looking at you, but weary. A bit weary.
Oh. Well, I don't really see any other way we could, like, get him down there, Zubrik. Guys, I don't think it'd fit.
Yeah.
How would the big one fit down there then? Not my friend. I mean, sorry. Lauren wouldn't know about the Anatag, right? Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
That was
are there any buildings adjacent to the well? We could possibly knock down the basement wall.
Most of the closest two buildings to the well are the tavern and the sheriff's place.
Nothing at the tavern.
Well, the smell is strong. Smells it's closer?
Into the sheriff's house.
Basement?
What are you saying?
Did it have a basement?
No. The sheriff's place did not have a basement. There's got to be another way down there, right?
I agree with you. It's just I don't know where.
We don't live here.
Yeah.
You know this land more than we do. Is there a certain place of town that no one goes? Like,
I mean,
is
in town.
Maybe on the outskirts. Isn't this town like a little raised? Maybe there's like a tunnel that just goes straight instead of going up or over the hill. Maybe in the moat?
If we went around and Emilio was a dog, could he maybe smell some of that pungent odor we're smelling coming from, like, maybe a small hole around the base of the town?
The problem is, I think that smell is just kind of around the town, you know?
The
In the earth.
the vegetation around the town is it's dense and thorny. It's meant to keep predators at bay. The moat helps also, but
Is there a place around the town where vegetation doesn't grow as well? Maybe because of the water from the well?
Well, probably. There might be a few kind of vacant spots, where the vegetation probably have died here and there. The bramble bushes, sorry, probably have died. So, have you all kind of done a sweep around town? Okay.
Not really. We just came to get you.
All right. Well, maybe that's the next place we look. If you want, no, Spruce to come with us.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. If this is the only way that they can escape, it seems really hard for them to do any escaping.
The townsfolk won't be angered by my presence, will they?
They should all be inside. None of them should
technically-
know that you're out here.
Technically, since the sheriff's missing, if not dead, we're kind of the biggest law enforcers in town, so we can even deputize them.
May I ask, is that what happened? What happened to you? And I point to the burn mark.
I don't trust most of your kind for this reason. But the Lauren here, he's a kind soul. He's gifted me something just in case, like something like this happens again. But is there a way we can get some vision down there, see what they're up to?
Amelia, you kind of knew what they were up to, right? You kind of heard them.
I mean, I didn't see them. I didn't want to get too close because I would have been really bad. But I did hear them chanting. I did hear some bubbling. That's about it. And just, the smell. But you notice the smell anywhere underground in that town.
We need a plan. We definitely need to look more into this. Right? If these things are living underneath our feet, and if the well was the only access, how are they even climbing down there in the first place?
They had a ladder, but we kind of smashed it. I'm actually surprised that they didn't come out to investigate that noise. We were not subtle.
Why did you smash the ladder?
We didn't know it was there.
Okay. All right.
Then
I
how
might
are...
have a plan. If one of the entrances is the well and they aren't able to get through the well, couldn't we just potentially, collapse the well? They can't go that direction and they're forced to come the other direction. It does cause a little bit of destruction, but I don't think anyone will get harmed from it.
Yeah, and they're not using the well right now anyway.
Exactly.
If we
Well,
knew...
the problem is they could then escape like the opposite side of the town if we're on one side and don't know
That's-
they're going to come out there.
The other...
That's why
Sorry, go on.
that's why we can get someone like Mina to do it. You two are good with making stuff. I go over to Jester, Tingle, and Zubrik. Maybe you could rig something where Tina could just do
You
something.
find my stash, you just called her 3 different names.
Mhm.
Mina?
You said Tina.
Tina? Oh, I'm sorry. It's late and tired.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something we could think of.
Small explosion wouldn't be too difficult to create.
Yeah, and it would get them really rattled so they're not fully aware of everything going on.
That's true. What is that?
That's me as a DM laughing at all this.
We still need to find the other entrance, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the problem. That was Bloodbeard. I can't do his voice right now.
If they have a cauldron that they're cooking in, there should be smoke. They have to have ventilation somehow, and you're not seeing it coming up through the well.
True.
Maybe it's just very moist down there.
Well, that doesn't stop smoke.
Cauldron. Oh, you're right.
So maybe we could try and go around the outside edge and Emilio could sniff for smoke.
It's not a bad idea.
What if the cauldron is electric?
What if it's what?
Electric.
Well, I'd
What
very
is-
much like
what
to
is
see
that?
it.
It's electric.
It's when it's powered by, lightning. The thing in the sky that shoots out sometimes in rainy days.
What kind of sorcery is that?
Mine! No.
Do you know what rain is, Valsira? Do you
I
know
know
what
what
storm
rain
is?
Is there
Never
electricity
seen
in this
both of-
universe?
Maybe in like very, very, very nice noblemen's places, they might have,
Okay, so I would have heard of.
yeah, it would be a very
Be like a
expensive.
super rich guy with a novelty lamp.
Yeah, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Maybe not have seen it, but I have.
You might have heard of it. That I mean, usually if there's a source of light or something like that, or ways to heat things without fire, it's magic though. Magic is the more well-known way to create things like this.
It's
That
just another form of magic.
yeah, it's another form of magic.
Okay,
It's a practical form of magic for everyone.
let's see.
But yeah, if there is some smoke, maybe Emilio could smell it, and then we'd be able to find the entrance.
Okay, I think that sounds like a great plan for next time. Sorry, I'm really tired.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, we could actually wrap up here. I was gonna wrap up if you guys found the entrance when,
Oh,
but
okay.
no,
we can do
no.
that.
This is a good wrapping up place. And we could pick up next week with here, where you guys have a plan to try to find the other entrance, so you can get Lauren's friend, the treant named Spruce, in there. By the way, it's Bruce. It's Bruce with a S in front of it.
Yeah, so not,
It's not-
spruce, but spruce.
Spruce.
Yes, it's not a spruce.
Spruce.
It's spruce.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, I hope all of you watching and playing enjoyed. We'll be back in 1 week with, hopefully, because there might be a bit of problem on my end. I might have to go meet some clients on Saturday, and depending on how early that is, I might not be able to play super late or play at all. School work stuff, But yeah, thank you all for playing. I do want to know, is there anyone that wants to write the recap? No volunteers?
I
Peg
can.
leg.
Oh yeah. All of us just doing lines for peg leg.
Our
Yes.
Imagine we just messaged Ian. Like, you gotta write the recap for
Yeah,
next
you're
week.
doing the recap.
please mention your peg legs.
It's
All 4 of them.
All 4. Oh God.
We made him a centaur now.
Yeah. He's a monstrosity.
For the last 2 days, I've had some amnesia, and as I've woken up, 2 peg legs and a hook.
yeah, so I just want to know if anyone wants to do a recap. If not, we could literally make Ian do it. We could be like, hey, Ian.
No.
All right.
Robert's
I
a
can
good
do it.
one.
I've actually got an idea for it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Robert, for volunteering. But yeah, we'll see everyone back next week, where they figure out how to deal with these hags, maybe once and for all. Thank you so much for watching. We were Roll Call, and we'll be back, I guess, in 1 week. Hopefully 1 week. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Wrong friend. Snook is gonna die. I'm calling it.
Oh
You have to keep them alive at all costs.
We'll
Yeah,
just never come back here ever again.
I will
Nah.
say, who's its face? It's who's its face's plan? Bloodbeard's plan was to try to head through Starfield Mines, because he did hear a rumor that there is a faster way to get to what's that city?
Plus, they might reward us.
What's that city? Barteris Bay, by making their way from Ogaris to Gilder Crest by that path. So, yeah.
I need to go, everybody. It was fun. I'll see you next week or 2 weeks.
Take care, Gia.
Alrighty.
See ya,
Adios.
everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
I'm gonna close the Zoom meeting. If you have any questions, thoughts, or criticisms, let me know. What's up?
I'm surprised that the Grim didn't kill us.
Yeah, they're not. they're. Your healing thing really helped, because if anything, like to them, it might have looked like you brought him back to life. But
I am a god. Bow down to me.
Grum God.
Ground god Clover.
if you didn't attack them and tried to explain things with Subric there, it probably would have been a lot easier. That's why I was like, "Are you sure you're gonna hold that action?" Got it. I need to know.
I never want to see Zubric's throat bulge like that again.
I really enjoyed the common theme of every time he says something not good in public, like a disappointed mom, Valsira's just like, Zubric.
Oh no, Zubric. It's just
I
that
mean,
guilt disappointment.
she is the responsible one of the group. I don't know how
True.
Zubric ended up the leader in this situation, and how Valsira ended up being the one to make a really stupid mistake.
Yeah, it somehow got flipped for once.
It got flipped. Today is opposite day.
It was